Just Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We've got some clouds. It's 85, sponsored by SNL Coins. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis, DGS 104.1 FM, KMOX. Happy Monday to everybody. So the boys have been out since Thursday. Rach is back. She was off for a better part of a couple of weeks. Welcome back, Rach.
Thanks. It's good to be back. Missed you guys.
Well, we ran roughshod a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what the stream is saying. Yeah.
How many fish butt jokes did we have?
Oh, that's right.
Fish butt?
You don't need to know. You don't need to know.
No,
And no one on the stream needs to tell it.
No. I told you all to keep your mouth shut.
Of course, Wheeler's the one who outs us.
I can't keep that kind of information to myself, man.
So, yeah, lots of catching up to do. I'm going to go first. I had an eventful weekend.
Oh, boy, did
Okay.
you ever.
Yeah. So I'm just going to tell you the story. Thursday evening, I am driving home from work on Highway 40 West between Clayton Road and Big Bend, if you kind of know where that is. I'm in the right lane. If you drive that, it's about 5:30 p.m. If you ever drive that, you know it's like stop and go traffic. So I don't remember whether I was fully stopped with my foot on the brake or if I let my foot off the brake and idled. But I look up and I see this white blur in my rearview mirror. And a couple of ladies, let's call them, hit me from behind going about 50 miles an hour with no brakes. How they got going that fast, I don't know, because it was stop and go traffic. But they clearly were coming from the lane to my left. And so their front went into my rear left. I have a 4-door Jeep Wrangler, and it's a Rubicon, so it's like extra sturdy. And she hit me so hard. By the way, she had no bumper on her car. So it was just metal. No plates, no nothing.
I'm shocked.
You getting the idea? She hit me so hard that a Honda Civic went into my vehicle and stuck. It just dwelt there.
Yeah.
And she was about 1.5 feet. Her right tires were about 1.5 feet off the ground. So
That picture was insane.
yeah, Rob from Harvesttown, who's doing the car, said, I've never seen this in my whole career.
Wow.
Like, I've never seen a
Wow.
low-profile sedan get off the ground and get into a Jeep. So her horn is blaring. Not her fault. It got stuck.
Uh-huh.
But she's revving the engine, I think, to try to get away.
Try to back up. Yeah.
And she can't. So she's moving my car around.
Oh, man.
So there was one quiet woman and one loud woman. The loud woman approaches my car, horn blaring the whole thing, and starts trying to blame me, saying that I was, for some reason, driving on the shoulder and then made a quick jump into the left lane.
Of course.
So I see where this is going, and their neck hurts and all this stuff. Rach, you went through that with your accident a few years ago.
Yes.
And I said, look, I called the cops. The cops are coming. There's a lot of threads to this story. I went through 7 operators. First with the city. It's not the city. It's the county. Then with the county. Then with Clayton. Then with someone else. Then with someone else. And finally back to the city. So we're blocking Highway 40 during rush hour. So if anyone was going home, 40 West near Big Bend and got blocked, that was me. So I'm that guy. You all get your turn at being that guy that everyone's giving the scratchy eyeball to.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really you.
Mm-mm.
Right, but
It's
I'm
more
the
the
one
people that-
standing
right.
there. And thank God this truck pulls up. And it's these 2 women, about 30 years old, I would guess. And they said, we were behind you. We saw what happened. She just changed lanes, never hit the brake, and ran right into you. And she tried to get away, and we think they switched drivers. I couldn't see that.
You couldn't see that, but okay.
And then they got off at Big Bend, went around, waited in traffic, and came back and waited
The truck.
the truck
Nice.
and waited 90 minutes with me.
Good for them.
That's really nice.
It took that long for the cops to get there and the tow truck and the whole bit.
Man, that's crazy in rush hour too, man. 'Cause that had to be
Yes.
causing a big backup.
Yes, it was. So they gave me their name and number and gave it to the cop and the whole bit. So one thing you learn in law school, like your first day, is if you rear end someone, it's your fault.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be under control of your car.
Mm-hmm.
And especially going 50 miles an hour and stop and go traffic and hitting a car that's essentially stopped. But that didn't stop her from filing a claim against my insurance the next day.
Of course.
She gave us some kind of dicked up insurance on her phone without her name on it. The cops took it, said, "You're on your own." I filed a claim with them. Still don't know if she has insurance. But we called our insurance and they said it's completely her fault. Don't file anything with us. You just go file it against them and we'll go from there. Because if you file it with us, your premiums are going to go up. So we filed against them and then found out she filed it against us. And then my insurance company, they were really cool. They were really nice and very honest and said, your premiums are going to go up, even if it's her fault, even if we don't pay out a dime, which is crap.
Yeah.
That should be illegal.
Yeah.
That I am paying for insurance. And if I had nothing to do with it, if I was literally sitting there and someone hit me and it's their responsibility and they pay for it. Now I understand a little bit if she's uninsured and they have to pay out on my claim, which by the way, my Jeep has $15,000 of damage and isn't totaled. Thank God, because I didn't want to go buy another car. So anyway, there's the quiet lady, there's the loud lady, and they're saying the quiet lady was driving. She's the one who produced the insurance document. And then the cops handcuff the loud lady and take her away in the squad car. And I overhear them saying she had 5 warrants.
No.
So that could be why they switched seats.
Mm.
So, yeah. So like on Friday, which we had the day off, I was sore, like body sore, like I had worked out too hard at the gym, a little bit of a headache, but not bad. And everyone in my life has encouraged me, go see a doctor, go do this, go do that. But I'm fine. I wasn't injured.
Right.
It was just a really jolting, jarring thing. So yeah. So that was my third. That was my weekend.
Mhm.
Because I was
that's everything.
going back and forth with the insurance company, giving statements to her insurance, giving statements to my insurance, getting the rental car. Like I'm going to have it for a month.
Yeah.
It's going to take a month to fix the Jeep.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
I'm actually impressed it's that fast.
Yeah. I didn't know what to think.
Yeah.
Man. And it really just shows you like all the options out there, right? You have these people who wrecked into your car and then want to blame you and try to drive away without taking any responsibility. Then you have some people who went way out of their way, probably spoiled whatever plans they had going on that Thursday night to help you, which is really cool. I mean, that's really encouraging.
It really was a tale of 2 different kinds of humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that do something wrong and blame the other person that they did it to.
Yes.
Mhm.
And the ones that didn't have anything to do with anything, just wanted to help.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Well, I'm sorry that happened. I mean,
Thank you.
ultimately, like you're safe and everything's good, but just looking down this long path of like headaches you have in order to resolve this,
And
like,
that's
I'm
what
really sorry.
Like most people have been in an accident, and we all know that time dilates. And in the split second I had seeing her and knowing I was going to get hit, that's what I thought of. I didn't think, I hope I'm okay.
Right.
I'm like,
damn it.
This is gonna, you're not getting home anytime soon.
Dude, that was the first thought when the, what was it? The night of our Christmas party when the pickup truck smashed my car. I thought the first thought I had was, oh, come on, man.
Seems like,
and you still came to the party, folks.
still came to the party.
Well, I was only like 3 blocks away.
Seems like an indication of a bigger problem within the American economic system, right? Where when we're about to get slammed into by a 3,000-pound chunk of metal, instead of thinking like, oh no, I hope I'm safe, you just go, oh my God, I hope this isn't hell for the next 2 months on the phone.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. And I'll be honest with you, maybe the worst part was just seeing my fellow human be a piece of crap.
Yeah, I always hate that.
Like across the board, like no bumper, no license plate, probably no insurance, 5 warrants, driving crazy on Highway 40, smashing into the back of someone just minding their own business, blaming them, trying to get something out of them. Just be different. Don't be that guy.
Yep. Yeah, it's no good. It's the kind of thing where, like, how are you supposed to feel comfortable driving again anytime soon?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's really normal to be a little jumpy and just like worried, and how do you trust the other drivers on the road right now?
Well, and Phoebe came home for the weekend, and I have generalized anxiety. Everyone knows that. My anxiety finds different things to pick up in the curio shop and be like, oh, let's be anxious about this for a while. But after that, I'm always really anxious. It's a 4-hour drive from KU home and back, obviously. And she's heading out about now, and it'll be hard for me to do the show because I'm just going to be thinking about that. And nothing you can do, right?
Nope.
Is what it is.
Yep.
Chances are on her favor.
Yep.
She drives a Bronco.
Yep.
She's pretty well protected, but yeah. Our fellow man is dangerous.
Well, we're both the best and the worst.
Yeah. No, to Rachel's point, though, the ladies who hit me were kind of the worst.
Yeah.
And the ladies who stopped were kind of the best.
Yeah.
And it wasn't lost on me standing there watching the sun go down on Highway 40 like I was getting a real lesson in humanity. That was my weekend.
That sucks.
Anybody top that one?
Nope.
No, not really.
Nope.
Rach, good to be back.
It's really good to be back.
Good.
Yeah. It was a good trip. But it was a long trip. I was thinking yesterday of, like, the first couple of days of it seemed like a month ago rather than a week and a half. And I was really missing you guys. I would check in on the stream every once in a while. And I was saying before we came on the air, like, sometimes when you check the comments out of context, it's like, what are these people talking about? What's going on? No, it was good. The stream is nice because then I can check in and, like, see your guys' faces whenever I'm missing y'all. But no, it's good to be back in town. Good to be doing the show. Just, like, being away makes me really grateful for this job. I'm always grateful to be working here and being on the radio. Like, it's not something I take lightly, but taking a break and then coming back just makes me, like, especially grateful.
Yeah, you could be going back to a way worse job.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wheels, you had a long day yesterday?
Yeah, it wasn't anything disastrous like that. It was actually because some good things were happening. It was just a long day. It's this last Sunday of fall baseball tournament, and, well, you get your first game at 8 a.m., and then you win that one, and you play again at 12, and then you win that one, and you play again at 4, and then they play the 4 o'clock game with no time limit, which means it was almost a 4-hour game. Because everybody's out of pitching, and you got people on there just throwing batting practice, and it was like, I forget the score, but it was like 15-13 or something crazy like that. And we're all just standing out there going, this is crazy. Why do we not have a time limit at the end of the day? The 5th game in 2 days.
What's funny is out of every player on both teams, every coach and every parent, there were probably 3 humans who wanted to keep playing.
Not many. The tournament people wanted to go. The kids were good to go. I will say the upside to it is getting to see, like, the kids had a really good weekend, right? You played until the last out of the last inning in competitive, won a bunch of games. Like, it's good. That's why it's good.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you're like, holy crap, that was 13 hours.
That's a lot.
That's not even counting the wake up time before and the drive time home and all that. And you're like, what? How did that happen? And then think about it. Every parent did the same thing.
Yeah.
Every parent that has other kids did the same thing and probably shuffled kids around to different things at the same time. It's nuts. But it's all better than dealing with what you dealt with.
I know that we have been way too permissive parents and we screwed up the world and the economy, but you got to respect what parents do.
No question.
Kids,
there's a lot of effort being put in.
Before the age of 35, kids should have a better idea how much we put into this.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
Hi, I'm Tom Connors. Went to Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar February 6, 2019. Nothing worked before. Left there and never smoked again. Amazing. Easy, affordable, and guaranteed. A year later, with my wife Michelle, attended Mark Patrick's weight loss seminar. She lost 18 pounds and I lost 43 in 8 weeks.
It's true. He smoked 2 packs a day and nothing worked until Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Now we're losing weight together, eating healthy, full on half the food, crazy, enjoying exercising. Who would have believed Mark Patrick Hypnosis really works?
It's amazing. I can breathe again. My blood pressure went down and I've got so much energy.
So much energy.
And look great.
Stop smoking. Lose weight now without craving, irritability, or your money back. Early bird special, only $49.99 guaranteed. Join Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar and lose the weight. Stop smoking. Feel great for only $49.99 guaranteed. Saturday, October 18th at the Marriott St. Louis West in St. Louis. Weight loss seminar, 11 a.m. Registration, 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking seminar, 2 p.m. Learn more at markpatrickseminars.com. That's right, markpatrickseminars.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-384-9393. That's 800-384-9393.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
You asked, we delivered. KMOX, now on FM. Crystal clear sound at 104.1 FM.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 124. We have Lauren Ponder coming up at 2. She is the death doula, who there's a dealing with death seminar going on this weekend. We'll be talking about that. Bernie Miklasz will join us. Brad Young will join us. Susan L. Ward's going to be here at 1:30. It's a very full show, thankfully. Full shows are good shows. Those are easier to do. It's funny doing a radio show for a living, because obviously having the wreck on Thursday was a big deal. I texted a lot of people, but didn't text everybody. And then I go on the air and say it. And now my phone's blowing up like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I looked. There's one picture of the wreck without anyone in the picture, so we'll post that here in a couple minutes, just so you can see. It's pretty incredible that the sedan ended up basically airborne, climbing into my Jeep. That was weird. It was so surreal, and I'll stop talking about this after this. But it was so surreal as being in a wreck's weird and being jarred. And then her horn is blowing for 30 minutes. And then she was revving her engine for 30 seconds, 60 seconds.
Trying to get
away. And you're just like, is this real life?
I mean, it's crazy because
dreaming?
in the one picture, even the back wheel is off the ground.
Yeah.
Like one of them.
Yeah.
So there's basically just one wheel touching the ground.
Pretty much.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah, I'm no accident constructionist, but
high rate of speed.
High rate of speed.
Looking at it, like it seems like you backed into her
really fast.
I do think it is your fault.
You seem to have been going backwards about 50 miles an hour and 40.
Pretty special skill.
Did you see Andrew's new car?
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You didn't even know?
He has a younger car than mine.
You got a fully new car?
Not like a fully new car.
No, but you got a new car.
Yeah.
He's got a 2022
You got rid of the trash
Equinox.
car?
Yeah. Well, so I got rid of the spider car.
Okay.
We are junking the spider
white car is the spider car.
No, the white car is the trash car. The gold car is the spider car.
Okay.
Yeah. The gold Corolla was the spider car. Which, if anybody wants a spider car, get at me because you can have it for like $300.
What kind of car is it? I mean, do you not want to stay on the air?
No, I'll say I already said it. It's an Equinox.
What? Ew.
It's sweet. Leather interior.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Red
I
trim.
missed so much.
You should play the breaking news
I'm actually
sounder.
a little hurt that I wasn't like up to date on this.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bother you with that kind of stuff while you were over there because I didn't like. There was some other stuff going on like around here, like behind the scenes that I kept going like. I should probably tell her. I'm like, no, she can just wait till she gets back from her.
Andrew was very cute. The day he got it, Trish was on the show filling in for you, and I took everyone to Chris's across the street, and Andrew offered to drive.
I was like, I'll drive us.
Well, nice.
I have
Congratulations.
a car that I can fit everybody in, and then it goes to Chris's, and I go, oh, okay.
You still feel like it's too big?
It's large.
You're getting there though, right?
Yeah, it's not as bad. It turns out all cars kind of work the same in terms of how you drive them.
Turns out.
I'm finding that out.
What year is it?
22.
What? Dang. Good for you, Andrew.
Yeah, see, it's got CarPlay, which has been huge.
I don't even know what that is. What is CarPlay?
That's the thing that I'm going to rear end Dave while I'm playing with on the screen.
Well, Andrew, the whole point of it is you can do
touching
everything
buttons.
via voice. You don't have to look at the screen and do that.
I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. A question I get all the time is how did we become the largest injury firm in the world? We have over 1,000 lawyers in all 50 states and close to 6,000 coworkers. Our call center is on duty 24/7. You can reach us at any time at forthepeople.com. But the real reason is we won a lot. When you visit our website, go to our verdicts and settlements. There you will see what our clients were offered and what they were awarded at trial. All those verdicts help us resolve many cases fairly and early. You see, nothing beats reputation. The insurance industry knows who we are. We even have insurance adjusters call us for representation because they know too. We've made it easy. On your mobile device or computer, go to forthepeople.com and we will get busy. It's that easy. Call today. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. This is James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak. I am excited to announce the opening of Golden Oak Premier Realty. That means we're your one-stop shop for financing and buying your home. One team, one goal, your home. Not moving? Now is still the time. Your home's equity is higher than ever. And with our 4.5% mortgage rate, you could save over $1,000 every month. Use your equity to pay off high-interest credit cards, lower your monthly payment, or even skip 2 months of mortgage payments. And don't forget, if your loan doesn't close, we'll pay for your appraisal. We make the process fast and easy, often getting your cash in as little as 14 days. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, call Golden Oak today and let us put our 25 years of experience to work for you. Call 314-567-GOLD.
Golden Oak Land Insured, my blue.
5.442 APR, FHA 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit, additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
St. Louis. This is Carl Tucker from North St. Louis. A few years ago, my son was involved in a neighborhood conflict that ended in gun violence. We reached out to the Urban League Gun Violence and De-Escalation Network, and they stepped in immediately. They contacted the other side and helped de-escalate the situation before it could get out of control. Call the Urban League Gun Violence De-Escalation Team today at 314-250-5900. Your call could save a life.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by the Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company, pennmutual.com/STL.
We are getting set to close out the month of September, and we're a little bit warm, but the humidity levels are low. Lots of sunshine, 88 today. Tonight, we cool off quickly with a setting sun, clear skies. We drop into the 70s, 64 for the low. Tuesday, sunny and 88. Wednesday, sunny and 86. No change all week long. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
At Penn Mutual, we believe that life insurance is the central part of a sound financial plan and that it can make an enduring impact for generations to come. Talk to your independent advisor or go to pennmutual.com/STL. Penn Mutual, trusted for life.
Hey, this is Charlie Brennan. Have you noticed loose bricks or missing mortar around your house on the walls, the patios, the walkways, the porch, or the chimneys? If so, you need to call Morelli Tuck Pointing, 314-645-1387. You might need one of two things: solid tuck pointing, the removal of old mortar with the replacement of new mortar throughout an entire wall or chimney, or maybe just spot tuck pointing. Spot tuck pointing involves the tuck pointing of a particular wall, a chimney, or other masonry surface in an area where it's needed the most. One example might be settlement cracks, usually found above or below windows or doorways. 314-645-1387. Call the company that the Brennans have called when we've needed tuck pointing. Morelli Tuck Pointing, the masonry specialists. Winner of the Angie's List Super Service Award every year since 2005. 314-645-1387, MorelliTuckPointing.com.
Thursday night, the NFL is on KMOX. The Rams, the 49ers.
Siteman Cancer Center game time, 6:30. Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer.
The Rams, the 49ers on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DG Ask KMOX. So we're going to somehow post a picture of my wrecked car on the stream so you get to see that.
Probably just have to be a Facebook link would be most likely.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So we'll put it up there. I had to find one without anybody in it. I didn't want to dox anyone. So,
yeah.
Susan O. Ward is here. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
One of my favorite people in the world.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I've not ever personally thanked you. You'll say this isn't true. But when we were younger, 30 years ago, and I was a baby lawyer pretending to know divorce work, and you were a full-fledged divorce attorney, you were very kind to me, and you kind of took me under your wing, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, thanks.
I mention it all the time
Thank
in the
you.
lives, but I never said it to you, though. So,
Thanks.
yeah, you were so cool.
Thank you. It's a good business if you're nice to each other, because it's a hard business if
If
you're
you're
not
not.
nice to each other. Yes.
That's so true. God, wiser words. That's so true. And it's not just divorce work. Think about how many businesses under the best of circumstances are just pressure cookers.
Yes.
Then
yes.
you throw an a-hole into it.
Yes. Yes. And if you're treating each other poorly as lawyers, you have so many more years and cases together. And so we talk a lot, several of us that are friends, about civility, and it's cases and clients, and you want to be kind. And the thing that I found that is my best referral is when the other side refers me.
That's really
and
nice.
they have said, you know, Susan was respectful through the process to both of us. And it doesn't mean I represent them at all. It just means I don't name call and finger point, and because it's a really hard business. I mean, I don't want to go home and kick my dog and drink too much and all of those things.
I kind of had that, even though I didn't do nearly the cases you did, just doing mostly divorce work for about 5 years. I had trouble going to weddings.
Oh,
I just felt like, let's just all be honest here.
We had the second and third day of trial on 2 Wednesdays in a row, and it's Wedding Wednesdays at the courthouse in St. Louis County. And so the trial was taking place 20 feet from where all of these people every Wednesday were getting married. And so the irony was a lot right then.
No doubt.
It's not like a Bugs Bunny cartoon where there's a door in the back and you turn around.
Right, exactly.
I will take you to hand out your card.
Yes.
So I have a weird first question for you. Sort of a big existential question. We spend a lot of time on the show lamenting the way society is. And it's just meaner and it's just divisive and it's just I hate you and you hate me. Has that affected the way people go about getting divorced?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It is incredibly hostile in the last, I would really say post-COVID, because I think we saw such a spike in keyboard warrioring and no one was in person and had to confront each other in person. So the things that people let fly on social media and through email, that's what I'm talking about, both with lawyers to each other and with the way clients treat each other and the way clients treat their lawyers. There's such a unbridled hostility in so many cases that really at the end of the day becomes very expensive, because that hostility that raises the adversarial nature of everything just makes the price go up.
Yeah.
And then the attorney's fees become so high. It's not the attorney's fault all the time. It is a lot of times like, what are we fighting about? And I tell people a lot of times, I appreciate what you're adding to the coffers for my 4 children, but at the same time, why don't you put that in your kids' savings? Don't pay me.
The one that sticks out in my mind from when I was practicing was, it's classic St. Louis County. You're in the hallway and you're both talking to your clients.
Right.
And we were all the way down to a canoe.
Yes.
A $200 canoe.
Correct.
And my guy says to me, I'll pay another $5,000 to keep her from getting that canoe. And I was just like, you're a dumbass. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. There have been times when I have taken the price of a washer dryer off of my attorney fees because I can't talk about it for one more minute. Like, you could get a washer dryer on Facebook Marketplace. Please let me take $1,000 off your bill. And so that's where we lose the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
It's just so hard to remember that, you're going to go on with your life and there's got to be some peace that you have inside yourself.
How, I hope the answer is not much, but how prevalent is it among divorce attorneys to sort of go, I'll get that canoe for you?
Oh, yes, not much.
That's good.
Not much. And some, just not much. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Any big changes since last we spoke in the law or in the approach the way you see things going?
No, not recently. I think everybody is really, the biggest thing that has changed in the last year, of course, is the fact that we're having trouble with refinancing and we're having trouble with, whether somebody can keep a house because they can't assume mortgages and they're sitting on, a 3%, 3.5% mortgage, and they're going out now and they're getting 6 or 7%. So that changed, until something happens, with regard to governmental controls of those things, that's slowing us down a little bit. But like right now, people need to be thinking about the tax year, because October 15 is going to be the end of 2024 filing times. They need to be thinking about, do they want to file jointly? Do they want to file married separately? Have they filed at all? And then for 2025, now we're to the point where we tell people, and a lot of people don't know this, is we can hold your divorce so that you can file jointly in 25 and maybe save some money as a married couple. And then we'll have the judge sign off on January 2.
Okay. This is going to be the simplest, most complicated question you've ever had.
A law school exam.
In divorces, how does one side, quote unquote, win?
Oh, I think I'd be remiss to say that anybody really can win, because it's hard to win when you're dividing everything. And if you're dividing things and someone gets more than half, or if someone has behaved in such a way that their custody will be significantly less than half, that would be a win. How do you do that? I think it's the other side's case to lose usually. So the law starts at equitable for everything and close to equal for custody in Missouri. And I think a lot of times it's the other side's actions where you can lose that presumption.
Yeah. We're talking to our good friend Susan O'Ward here. I hope the answer is it's rare. But how often do people really sacrifice their kids to make points?
Oh, that's super sad because it's more than you want to think.
Okay.
It's more than you want to think. Yes. It's the hardest case to handle on behalf of a party because you cannot make clear what 34 years of experience has shown you will happen to their children as a result of them being incapable of setting aside how much they cannot stand the spouse or the, other parent.
Yeah. I recently met someone going through a divorce, and it's so nasty that they have to communicate on this app. You probably know about it?
Right. Yep. Lots of apps out there. Right.
And like the app will flag it. If I say like, you stupid bitch, like they'll say like,
That's right.
Maybe take it down a notch.
Yes.
That's a new development.
Tone meters. Yes. And a lot of the apps now will also allow you to record the phone calls with the children so that everybody's appropriate. And, the tone meter is a big, big thing because although the apps are created so that you only talk about custody and who, what, where, when, everybody has to editorialize.
Yeah, right.
So those are really great. And they have helped a lot. As much as that sounds so oppressive, they've actually helped a lot.
Yeah. Would you ever want to be a judge?
I don't think so. And I'm of an age now where a lot of my peers through practice are judges. And that's a very important and I think probably oftentimes scary position to have. But I think I like flexibility also. So I like being able to, represent whom I want to represent and the kinds of cases that I want to represent. And so I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah. Put aside your modesty, take 60 seconds. I tell people all the time why they should choose you, but you're the one with all the experience. Why should people choose you?
Okay. Well, yes, putting aside modesty, I do believe that 34 years of this practice, solely this practice, has put us in a position of being, I'm very honest. I tell people all the time, look, I am not going to blow smoke up your skirt. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. You're not, if I tell you that at the beginning in the consult and then I don't get you results, I'm the one that looks bad. So I don't want to have you pay me and then I don't produce. So we have a great team. There is always a lawyer paralegal team along with me on every case. We provide post-divorce product like estate planning and changing your durable powers so that your ex-wife or husband isn't making your medical decisions. The things that are next steps, we're advising you all the way through that process.
And you have multiple offices?
Not anymore.
Okay.
I just got a really beautiful big office that I bought at DePere West Office Center. And so we've got plenty of space for mediations and parent coordinating and all of our team in one spot.
Good for you. But you can represent people around the listening area.
All around the listening area. That's right. All over the metro here.
Okay. Thank you, love.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
All right. Quick break. Right back, guys.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louis found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louis has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louis.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Tom Ackerman with this month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, focusing on the Siteman Kids program at St. Louis Children's Hospital and Dr. Mohammed Abdul-Baki.
We have a large global program that people do not know about, thinking this is St. Louis in the center of the country, and we get consulted on a large number of international consults.
Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, go to siteman.wustl.edu.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Hi, it's Debbie Monterey. When I endorse a product or service on the radio, I take it very seriously and I do my research. I did that when I first met Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty more than 5 years ago. Gloria is here in studio today. So Gloria, I'll ask the same question I asked you when we first met. What sets you apart from other local agents?
Well, number one is my guaranteed offers. I'm so confident that I'll sell your home at 100% of market value, or I'll pay the difference. Number two is I already have the buyers, so your home may already be sold. I literally have thousands of buyers in my Buyers in Waiting program. This is how I'm able to create higher demand, more offers, and that means more money in your pocket.
Get to know Gloria Liu like I have. Upfront written guarantees with the least hassle. Call Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. Let me say something nice about the audience. You guys can't get it because you're not in my position, but like going through things, like going through personal things, going through my anxiety, going through crashing my car, even though I don't meet many of you face to face, Kev, you can vouch for this. Mm-hmm. It's meaningful.
Yeah.
Like I get to talk to thousands and thousands of people every day who know me pretty well. And it's really nice just to be able to get a little bit of love.
Yeah. A little back and forth.
Yeah. Jake says, Dave, my anxiety just keeps getting worse with growing older. I hope it levels off soon. The nightmare of someone hitting my car by an uninsured motorist who goes and hurts your own insurance rates. Yeah, I feel for you, man. It's a real deal. And mine has definitely gotten worse with age. Like it's just weird being this age. Life's weird. Life's just a bunch of surprises, right?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see that coming. Like, I didn't know that was a part of all this.
Yep.
And I just thought at 61, it'd be like, oh, rocking chair, you know. It's not.
Dave spends his evenings whittling.
Yeah, making whistles for my pals.
Whistle, you got a little straw sticking out your mouth, like a little what do you call it? Hey. little straw of hay hanging out your mouth.
Life just keeps on punching.
Dave just looks over and goes, "That's a good life."
I would also like to thank the listeners. People in the stream have been so nice about me coming back from vacation. It's very, very nice. Thank you guys.
Yeah, you didn't hear the show while you're gone.
I mean, that's why they appreciate your age.
No, I was upset because my joke didn't get the attention that Kevin's joke got.
Oh.
So the story was that we now know our genome that causes fishes to have butts. And I said, I didn't know that fishes have butts. And he said, it's a bass with an ass. And so imagine the firestorm in my brain.
Yeah, well, you can't just
you gotta
give
keep
him
going.
the high ground. So I very quickly said, that's a snapper with a crapper. And everyone online kept saying bass with ass. I can't believe it.
I think they just heard it first, though.
I was at dinner with Nick. I'm like, get this.
We had a lot of them.
Yeah, halibut.
Yeah, halibut, grouper with a pooper.
I was like literally trying to rhyme halibut with something that would suggest a butt.
Yeah.
How am I going to approach this one?
How do I do it?
What rhymes with butt that means butt? So is that kind of couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
You missed out, Rich.
I didn't know they had butts either. That's real interesting.
Yeah. I'm still waiting to see my first. Coolest thing you did?
Brian just brought it up. He said, did Rachel get to take in a sumo wrestling match? Yes, I did. Go to sumo again. One of just the coolest things I get to do.
Very jealous
in my life.
Was that cooler or the baseball game? Because you sent some videos from the ball game. That was really cool. Like the atmosphere is different.
The baseball game was extremely fun. The whole time I was there, I was like, man, I just wish the show, I wish somehow we could teleport here as a show and experience this together. Because we do all go into Busch Stadium together. Yeah. But we went to see a game at the Tokyo Dome. It's just a different experience. It's very high energy. There's cheers happening. They have cheerleaders. They have so many mascots running around. It's just a lot of fun things happening, alongside the sport. So that was really cool. But I mean, I have really grown to appreciate sumo in the past year and a half that I've been watching. And just getting to go and be in the building as it's happening is really fun, really cool. It's a full day. We got there at 11 and stayed till 6. Just a very good time. And you can watch, if you want to get into sumo, you can subscribe to the NHK YouTube channel, and they will post sumo highlights of the previous day's match.
Yeah, we watched some matches.
Yeah, because we're able to get that on our TV in our office.
Did baseball seem like baseball?
Oh yeah.
So it was just did they seem to be at or close to the MLB level?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I would say I'm not gonna have the kind of handle on that Wheels would, but I mean, it just seemed like good baseball being played. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was cool being in my first stadium ever that wasn't Busch. That was just a neat experience.
Big old dome.
Yeah, the dome was cool. They had screens everywhere. Whereas Busch Stadium, you kind of have the one big screen, but it was just very it was going to keep your attention. I could see why it's appealing to kids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe we could take a couple of notes on certain things. But then it's you strike the balance between people who just want to be purists and let's just play the game,
right,
and then all the exciting stuff. But I got to say the exciting stuff was pretty fun.
Was it so the energy that you sent in the clips, was it basically that the whole game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. People are, so there's a cheering section for each team.
Mm-hmm.
The away team, I don't know if these people lived in Tokyo or if they traveled to Tokyo, but they played the Carps, who are from Hiroshima, and they had their own cheering section with people are waving flags, and it's choreographed cheers. It's not just yay, go. It's
like soccer.
Yes. So I mean, it's just very high energy the whole time. And then there's cheerleaders. The people who do the drinks and stuff, it's young ladies with a backpack and a beer backpack, and they'll pour your beer for you at your seat. So that's pretty fun.
Best bite of food you had?
Okay. The best bite of food I had was from a chain restaurant called Coco Curry. Dave, I love the Japanese curry. it's just really good. It's just solid. And it's like $8 or something for like a huge plate of curry and rice. And then I got like a hamburger patty with it. That was my favorite thing that I ate. And I ate some pretty good stuff, but that has been what I keep thinking.
How are the prices compared to over here? Just for everyday living kind of stuff?
Yeah, food and stuff is definitely it's definitely cheaper. And when you go to a restaurant, you don't tip. They just don't have a tipping culture. In fact, it's insulting to tip. So that's always exciting. Like you get your bill and you're like, this is the bill. I don't have to add money on top of this. So
that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. If everyone just got, paid like a set wage and you didn't, I don't know, the whole tipping thing in the US, like it's just everyone's getting really worn out by it for good reason, I think.
Killing the golden goose.
Yeah, kind of. Like I think people are getting resentful about it. And then it's like, some folks who get tipped are expecting a huge tip every time, and it's just getting kind of out of hand. So to visit a place where it's just not even in the equation is kind of a nice relief.
Tell you guys about Underdog Fantasy Sports app. This is literally, how I'm always honest with you guys that my clients will want me to persuade you based on what season it is. Well, for this, it actually matters. We're going into the salad days with MLB playoffs and NFL football and the NHL and MLS. And there's just tons and tons of games to watch and games to put some money down on. I don't know about other apps. I'm not going to talk about them, but I do know this because I played a few. Underdog is by far the simplest. All you do is pick your sport, pick your game, and then pick your athletes, 2 or 3 of them at a time. And this person's going to get more than 4 strikeouts. This person's going to get more than 1 touchdown. This person's going to get more than 1 hockey goal or less. So you can use your own skill and acumen and what you may know. You can win up to 5,000 times what you put down, and you're only required to put down $1. Download the app today. If you sign up with promo code Glover, you get $100 in bonus funds as soon as you play your first $5. That's promo code Glover. You must be 18 and present in Missouri. If you're concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms do apply. Go to assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playing. Get terms _DFS_HTML.
Hey, just check the mail. We've been invited to a seminar and dinner is free.
It's going to be chicken and it'll taste like Play-Doh.
Don't be fooled. All seminars are not the same. For example, Steve All, an investment advisor representative and founder of the All Financial Group, will be hosting his Taxes and Retirement Seminar at Bishop's Post, October 7th and 9th. From the big beautiful bill to taxes on your Social Security, Steve will not only cover the hurdles you'll face in retirement, but ways to keep more money in your pocket and less in Uncle Sam's. This is a complimentary event, but seating is limited, so reserve your seat today. Call 636-230-8824 or online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
You know, hon, I've always been interested in us buying a timeshare.
I'd rather eat Play-Doh.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, or registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decision.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they're very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They were in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take a tip from Rick and put down the paintbrush and call Rhino Shield for your free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
Call now. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Don't paint, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Breaking News. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, it's a partly cloudy sky. Right now, 86 degrees downtown at the Arch.
CBS News special report. Have President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu come to terms on an agreement to end Israel's attacks in Gaza? The two met today for crucial talks on the matter. Moments ago, President Trump spoke to reporters.
So this is a big day, a beautiful day, potentially one of the great days ever in civilization. Things that have been going on for hundreds of years and thousands of years. We're at a minimum, very, very close, and I think we're beyond very close.
The president has not said yet if Benjamin Netanyahu has agreed. CBS's Natalie Brand on what possibly could be in the deal.
It includes an immediate ceasefire, the release of remaining Israeli hostages within 48 hours, and a post-war plan that includes governance in Gaza without Hamas.
The White House talks come at a tenuous moment for Israel, which is increasingly isolated. CBS News special report. I'm Christopher Cruz.
The suspect in the killing of Charlie Kirk appeared remotely for a court hearing in Provo, Utah today.
The hearing lasted only about 10 minutes, and Tyler Robinson did not enter a plea. Prosecutors told the court the amount of discovery material is
voluminous.
And because of that, the defense said it won't be ready to proceed with a preliminary hearing in the near future.
We do think it would be prudent to simply reset for another conference.
That date could be set when both sides are back in court October 30th. A detention hearing date may also be scheduled then, which will determine whether Robinson qualifies for bail. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Bi-State Development is abandoning its plan to build light rail connecting North and South City and instead looking at a bus line.
CEO Tulby Roach is defending the pivot, saying inflation made the original plan too costly. He adds their new bus route also improves the route's streetscape. He tells KMOX while their new plans still require federal funding, he says it's a far smaller, therefore likelier request.
We're moving from a $1.1 billion project to maybe somewhere around $400 million. And look, that will play well in D.C.
Roach says he hopes to have their new plans together in time to apply for federal funding next August. He's unsure if the local taxes approved for the light rail need to go back before the voters. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. Parental controls are coming to ChatGPT.
Parents can now connect their ChatGPT accounts to their children's and get notifications when sensitive issues are raised. OpenAI says the controls will make it safer for teens and will protect the teen's privacy by only sharing the information needed for parents or emergency responders to provide help. To get started, parents can send an email or text invite to their teen to link accounts. Parents can adjust a range of settings too. Does your teen stay up way past bedtime to use ChatGPT? Parents can set a quiet time when the chatbot cannot be used. Matt Piper, CBS News.
The technology's dangers are highlighted by a number of cases in which teenagers took their lives after interacting with ChatGPT. The Dow from Stifel up 49 points. We've got road work on Lindbergh South, just past the tunnel at the airport. That's got the right lane closed. A crash on 44 West at Antire. That is on the right shoulder.
We are getting set to close out the month of September, and we're a little bit warm, but the humidity levels are low. Lots of sunshine, 88 today. Tonight, we cool off quickly with the setting sun, clear skies. We drop into the 70s, 64 for the low. Tuesday, sunny and 88. Wednesday, sunny and 86. No change all week long. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical Plumbing. Right now, 86. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
My best friend Jenny came over for coffee, said it's cold enough in here to play hockey. Well, my furnace broken, it's already late. Call Jerry Kelly because they're open till 8. JerryKelly.com. They're fast and they're good and they got it going on. Jerry Kelly.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Let's see what we got. It's 2:05. We have Bernie Miklasz coming up at 2:30. Attorney Brad Young, who's just always money. He'll be here at 3. Skip Weber's coming in at 4. Lots of stuff along the way. In studio, I have Lauren Ponder, who is now a friend of the show, founder, director, and death doula of Last Call and End of Life Festival, happening October 4th, this Saturday, right?
This
This Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Eden Seminary in Webster. That's a beautiful facility. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Thanks so much for having me today.
Yeah, we're just talking. When I first met you, I was amazed by what you did. I knew that I could never do it. And now I'm doing something similar.
Now
you're in the game.
Yeah, it's one of those things about life. You just never say never, right? You just don't
never
know.
say never, because we're all guaranteed to experience death in many ways throughout our lives. So
Yeah.
we can't avoid it. We can't hide from it.
Yeah.
As best we try.
How did I know? I'm sure I know this story in interviewing you several times, but I don't remember how this started with you.
It did start from a personal experience for me. So my mom had early onset Alzheimer's, and about 10 years ago, she died, and I accidentally became her death doula in that way. And I mean that by sitting visual with her and understanding what was happening. And we had a hospice team there that was so lovely and really guided us through what was happening, because none of us, meaning my dad, me and my sister, knew what was happening or what to do or what to expect. But she was a great presence of just being there with us and telling us what was happening. And I got the opportunity to tell my mom that she had done a great job and she could let go now and we were all going to be okay. And I found out later, when I actually took a training class to become an official end-of-life doula, that is part of what we're educated that it's okay to do for especially our loved ones, to say, hey, you did a good job.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had a moment with my mom because the room was full.
Yeah.
And then I had a moment with just her, and I took the moment and I grabbed her hand. I'm not going to cry.
It's okay.
And I said, look, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
I need you to know that I forgive you for anything you did. And I need you to forgive me.
Yeah.
Which was powerful.
Yeah.
What's more powerful than that?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
And she kissed my hand 3 times. Nice.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
You're going to make me cry.
I'm making a death doula cry. That's hard to do.
That's an achievement, Dave.
It's making a divorce judge blush.
Yes, right. Yeah.
But I thankfully had a beautiful moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not everyone gets that.
Not everyone gets that. And that's what's really unfortunate. But I think part of that is because we don't talk about it soon enough. And we are scared of what's going to happen. So a lot of us fight getting those extra resources to help us through that moment. It is historically known that hospice is called in too late many times, that people don't utilize those resources because they don't want to give up. They don't want to.
That makes sense.
And so culturally, I want us to shift away from that language of giving up. It's not giving up. This is a natural part of life and death that we're guaranteed. It's just how you want to experience. So embracing it a little bit sooner might make that a more peaceful death for a lot of people and a better experience with hospice.
And we're so fortunate to live in 2025. I'm sure in 1025, there were very few peaceful deaths.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have modern medical technology. Right. We have people like you who will be there for people. It's about as good a time to die as we've had.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. And there's more resources than a lot of us know about because we don't want to talk about it.
Right.
So that's my hope, is just to get more people talking about it in nice, lighthearted settings like this, where we can laugh about it. We can have a full, well-rounded conversation about it without fear of what's going to happen.
I've only had a few people ask me medical questions. And I always say, not a doctor, not trained, but I can tell you this from personal experience.
Right.
And that's so helpful.
Yeah.
It's like, I know when it was my mom passing, I had a voracious appetite for, what about this?
Mhm.
What about this?
Mhm.
How many more days could it be? What about
Yes.
this? Is she in
Yeah.
pain?
Yeah.
And it's just nice to be able to answer a few of those simple questions for people.
Right. Well, and even the death doula still asks those questions. My aunt recently died, and she was able to be at Evelyn's house in at BJC, and that is a 24-hour facility, right? And so they're there full time, but I was still her niece in that moment and was asking those questions of like, well, what's going on? Why is she still here? I thought this was going to happen days ago, so we're still allowed to be human.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's amazing too. Like in my experience, people typically stop eating and drinking.
Yep.
And then it's just a few days.
Right.
But they're out of it. They're very quiet.
Right.
They're very peaceful.
Mhm.
But we had a lady last like 9 days.
Yeah.
That like just,
Yep.
we just couldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
And they can wake all the way back up and have a short conversation. They might want to stand up and go somewhere for some reason.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about like needing to go somewhere, or I need to get my stuff ready. And that's very common at end of life for
Yeah.
people to know in their body that they need to do something,
Yeah.
but maybe not realize that that's just being.
The last one I did was interesting because I was in there with a partner, and the woman's grown granddaughter came in, and of course had no idea who we were. And we explained to her, and we said, we're gonna give you a few minutes. And she died 5 minutes after she left.
Yeah.
Do you believe that they
Yes.
have the cognizance to
absolutely
wait for people?
Yes.
Or wait till you're gone?
Yes. And they do sometimes wait until you leave the room, which is what my aunt did. But in my mom's case, I was actually felt a little bad for my brother because I told my mom, like, it's okay, you can go. And he hadn't gotten home yet.
Oh.
And then I had guilt for
Sure.
that of like, oh, maybe I should have asked her to hold on just a little bit longer until
Yeah.
John got here. But I hope he doesn't hold any grudges for me because
so,
of that.
This Saturday from 10 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, Eden Seminary, Last Call and End of Life Festival. Who's this for and what do you learn?
This is for everybody, all ages. We have 4 panel discussions happening, which I'm very excited about. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. There's also little mini sessions, more like TED Talks, so you can come and learn something. Or if that's too much and you just want to check it out, come walk around, talk to the vendors. Lots of great people there. We'll also have some interactive things. We have a telephone in the wind. So many opportunities to learn and practice talking about death and dying.
Yeah. How has this changed for you over the years?
Yeah, this has changed from my side gig that I did just as a passion project to my full-time gig. And I'm really trying to reach more people where they're at. So before I was just this, girl with a big smile on her face who maybe freaked people out because I was smiling as I was talking about death and dying. And now I'm a little more practiced in kind of meeting people where they're at with it and still getting them to feel comfortable talking to me, but maybe not as boisterous as I always am.
Yeah. When people find this out about you, and you obviously think back over your years of doing this, do 1, 2, 3 people stand out to you? Do you always remember the same ones for some reason?
Yes, absolutely. I remember the people that I probably caught a little too off guard when I was describing what I do or how I interact with them as they're approaching their end of life. So yeah, I definitely have those moments that I would maybe adjust if I had the ability to, but I adjust it going forward with my new people. So
for people out there, because we've added almost 100 volunteers since I started at Bethesda. So there's obviously a lot of people out there willing to do this.
Yes.
If there's anyone listening right now and they want to join me at No One Dies Alone, or they like to join you and learn more about you this weekend, what could you say to influence them towards doing it?
Yeah, we are not scary people. We want to help you engage with death So it's a more positive experience, a good death for people versus a hard death.
And it is possible to have a good death.
It is possible to have a good death. Very possible.
Yeah. Always good to see you.
Thank you.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thank
we'll
you
hit
so
it for you a
much.
couple more times.
Awesome.
Yeah, keep up the good work.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I'm Kristen Press. And I'm Tobin Heath. We're World Cup winners, Olympians, and the hosts of The Recap Show. Every week, we sit down with the icons, disruptors, and game changers on the field and beyond it to talk victories, heartbreaks, and everything in between. We've built a space where athletes, change makers, and people creating the future of women's sports can show up and show off as their full, unapologetic selves. Follow and listen to The Recap Show wherever you get your podcasts.
House stealing. It's a nightmare that's real. It's the FBI's term for thieves stealing your home's title and draining your equity. Just one fake document filed with a recorder, and scammers can own your home on paper, drain your equity, and do it all without you even knowing. Imagine waking up to a foreclosure or eviction notice. Listen to former title thief Matt Cox.
What people don't realize is the ease in which this crime can happen. I can take the deed to your house and I can transfer that deed into my name. It's a great crime, and it's happening all the time.
So how can you stop the nightmare and protect yourself? Find out if you're already a victim now at HomeTitleLock.com. Use promo code RADIO and get a 30-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, a title scan, and access to a title specialist, a $250 value. Don't wait. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now, promo code RADIO.
I would encourage you, if you are the least bit interested in selling your house and buying a house, moving from your apartment to a house, to visit thegelmanteam.com. That's 2 L's, thegelmanteam.com. On the front page, top, they'll have a little space to put in your address, click OK, and you will immediately get a number, which is what we think your house is worth right now. Now, the chances of you going, that's about right, are pretty small. You're probably going to go like, well, that's crap. My house is worth 50 grand more than that. Or, wow, that's 50 grand more than I thought. Either way, when you're ready to talk, give the Gelmans a call, 314-336-1991. I just had Susan L. Ward, who's a divorce attorney, on the show, and she was saying that it's been very difficult the past few years for people who are getting divorced to get rid of their houses or to take over a mortgage because they're sitting on a 2.9 or 3.5%, and now it's up to whatever it is. I think the same thing is going to happen with real estate in general, outside of divorce, when they start lowering these interest rates, which they already have. They're supposed to do 2 more by the end of the year. I'm no prognosticator, no economics expert, but I know there's a pent-up demand for houses. So have a conversation with the Gelmans, 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-Day Kitchen and Bath.
Jerry Adler had their kitchen remodeled by 3-Day Kitchen and Bath and talks about the experience.
If we had only met Darren when we started doing this construction, I would have been a lot happier girl than I am now. My husband, when he heard the 3-Day Kitchen and Bath would be in 3 days and out in 3 days, did not believe me.
Did he change his mind?
When he saw that 3-Day Kitchen and Bath came in and was gone in 3 days, he found that that was the best experience we have had. Darren worked with us on our budget so that we could have the kitchen we needed without feeling like we were completely out of our league. They were professional, cared about the other part of the house. The work is beautiful, and wanted to give them the biggest hug ever.
Top quality materials and workmanship. 3-Day Kitchen and Bath. On the web at 3daykitchen.com.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
KMOX is now on 104.1 FM, the same great station with even better sound.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 219. We have Bernie Miklasz coming up at the bottom of the hour. Today's National Coffee Day. Woo-hoo.
Ooh, I need more coffee today.
Yeah, how weird is the jet lag? I've been to Europe before, but I was so young, I don't think it had much of an effect on me. I don't remember it. But it's like a 13-hour flight just from Dallas to Japan, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about that at first.
That's tough.
13 hours.
Yeah, I feel like in the past I've downplayed it. I'm like, it's not that bad. It's tough.
Yeah,
it's hard to get through. It
Yeah.
really is, especially if you're like me and you don't really sleep in those situations. For the people who are able to fall asleep, it's like, yeah, just take a couple of naps, watch a couple of movies. But when you're awake basically the whole time or trying to sleep and failing, it gets pretty you feel like your life is on the plane and like you've never lived anywhere else
Yeah.
and you will never
gonna
leave
live
that
anywhere
place.
else.
Yeah. And then you're like, why am I even doing this? And then
Yeah.
as soon as you land, you're like, oh, right. Yeah, this was totally worth it.
And for me, my anxiety on this one would go to there's no way this contraption can run 13 hours in a row. Like when I drive to Colorado or Florida, whatever car I'm in, I'm like, we don't make it another 10 miles. Like it just seems impossible that humans are capable of creating vehicles that can run that long, especially one that flies through the air.
Yeah. And flies over the ocean. And I kept thinking, I try not to let this rule my thoughts because at that point, like, why are you even going if you're going to be anxious the whole time? But I kept thinking of these stories that we talk about on the show all the time where it's like, yeah, they got 4 hours into the trip and then they had to turn around and go back because someone did something stupid or someone got really sick or this
Can
and
I
that.
take this call?
Sure.
It's insurance.
Yeah, take it.
Live radio.
Yeah, I'd live on the air, please.
You get to the phone like, oh, hey, insurance company A, you're live on the radio. What do you say to that?
But yeah, the jet lag thing, it's tough. Like my first couple of days of the trip, I was pretty darn tired the whole time. Then you kind of adjust, but then by the time you adjust, it's time to go back
It's
and then
time
you
to
have to
turn around,
readjust.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, the first couple of days on those longer trips, it's all adrenaline,
Yeah.
right? Like you're fired up to be there. It's exciting. And that gives you that little extra to kind of
Yes.
push through those days. And then after that, you tend to settle in. You've been on a bit of a routine. You've somewhat slept on that place's clock as opposed to your own clock that you're used to when you go somewhere. I haven't done the 13, like that distance is a different thing than going to Europe. Europe's a lot easier, my experience, a lot easier adjustment. Not that I've been a million times, but I've done Europe a couple times. And then the only thing that I can come close to is going to Sydney.
Yeah.
Which is
What's that, like 15?
It's like 16 hours from
that's
LA
wild.
or something
Oof.
like that. So you got to get to LA first.
Yeah.
And then, whether you have layover or not, if you just count the fly time, you got a few hours out to LA and then you've got whatever that is. I can't remember if it was 15 or 16, but it was also a long time ago. So maybe it's faster.
Did you have like movies on the plane?
Oh, yeah. Although, again, keeping in mind, not nearly to the level that we do now.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that was the 2000 Olympics. So it's 25 years ago. And you didn't have didn't have an iPhone. You didn't have your whole catalog of music. I'm pretty sure I just had a bunch of CDs that I had burned into it and brought the CD player. And damn it, I probably had a bunch of books.
Yeah.
No, actually, what I had was magazines. I was doing a lot of my research for the Olympic stuff that we would be covering. So you're just reading up on that, and then whatever other damn thing you get your hands on. I'm sure I think I read an actual book on that trip too. You had so much time, you could just do anything. You could do all that.
Is that when you read Art of War?
No, that was more recent.
Okay. He told us last week he read Art of War
That's
on
the
a
last-
on a
that's the
single
last-
plane trip.
What's the last? That was
the last book he
that's the
read.
last book I've read, I think.
Yeah, I downloaded a book to read on the plane. I told both of you guys I was going to read The Life of
Yeah.
Pi.
Mhm.
I didn't read
Didn't
it. I'm going to read
I ain't
it. I'm
reading
going
all
to
that.
read it because
didn't.
I have it and I
Yeah.
want to read it. But like, I would start reading. I'm like, what you?
No, I know the feeling of having a book that you kind of, but like, I don't know. And then you get on like a plane or a train ride or whatever, and you sit down with it and you open it up and you go, I ain't reading this.
Yeah, I'm going to watch a movie instead. I did watch on the plane. I watched the first half of the first installment of Wicked.
Oh boy.
I was really enjoying it, and
Yeah,
then
it's
it was
good.
like, oh, this movie's got to be about over. And then it was like another hour and a half, and I
Yeah.
said, I give up. Never mind.
Yeah, you
This
still
is
had
not for
13
me.
hours to go.
I know, but I
That's
just
too much.
see. This is why I make the plane ride actually harder on myself, because I don't just focus on a thing. I'm like, well, I don't want to do that, so then I just end up sitting there and
No,
like
I would do the same thing.
staring
I-
into space.
100%, I get it. You end
Then
up just looking out at the dark ocean.
I also watched A Complete Unknown.
The
Bob Dylan,
Timothy
Timothy Chalamet. That young man is a fine actor.
He's a fine actor.
I thought I was watching Bob Dylan
He's
at
a good boy.
points. Look, you might not like Bob Dylan, you might not be interested in the movie. Fair enough. All I'm saying is it is pretty rare for me to watch like a new movie these days and be completely hooked the whole time. And I truly enjoyed the entire film. It was really good.
Look out.
He was excellent.
Gotta
Did
get
a
him in
great job.
Wicked.
What's that?
Gotta get him in Wicked.
Yeah, get him playing the Wizard of Oz or what have you.
or
I'm just waiting,
whatever.
I'm waiting for more of his action hero turn.
Dune Part 3.
Yeah.
Dune
It's
2
like-
was great.
Yeah, it was fine. I liked the first Dune better.
Yeah, they're the new ones are good. I never liked the old one.
Well, no, I mean, that
Kyle
was
MacLachlan.
not the books. Yeah, I always
Yeah.
thought those movies were dumb.
First one was quite dreadful.
Yeah,
famously.
yeah, good. I'm glad it's not just me.
Yeah, not just you, for sure.
I mean, it's
Definitely
okay.
not.
I'm okay being on my island if it's just me. Just saying, it's nice to know that in this case that wasn't just me, because I hated those when they were making a new one. I'm like, why would they make another one of those?
Oh, you guys know what else I watched on the plane? The first 5 episodes of the Frasier reboot.
There's a reboot?
Yes.
I don't know if I knew that.
Frasier taking place in like 2022.
Oh, wasn't that only like a
2023?
streamer?
I think it was on Paramount Plus.
That's
or
what
something.
I mean. Yeah.
So yeah, I hadn't seen it, and then I'm like, well, now's my chance.
Well,
it was a
verdict?
delight.
It was good.
It was. It wasn't good, but it was Frasier.
The vibes were good, huh?
Yeah, it was better than no Frasier, and it was like he would get himself into these situations, and it's like, here we go again, folks.
Is he still like on the radio in Seattle?
No. So, look, turn the channel if you don't want a Frasier spoiler. He stops doing his radio show, and for 15 years, he does a television show.
Called Frasier?
I think it's called I forget what the name of it is, but it was about him being, a
Was he a
therapist.
Dr.
He's
Phil
helping
type
people.
character?
Yes, exactly.
So it was
like
a
that.
Dr. Phil show.
And then he gives that
Oh,
up, and
that's
he
cool.
begins a new teaching career. And
Oh.
that's what the series is about.
Oh, that's
It's mainly about the relationship between he and his son, Freddie, who has a very small role in the original Frasier.
yeah. So you barely see Freddie, right?
Yeah, he pops in every, 15 or so episodes.
Who was his wife again?
Her name was Lilith.
Lilith. That's it. Yep.
Frasierina.
Yep. I remember Lilith.
Mrs.
Lilith was
Frasier.
like mean, man. She's like taking no BS from any of you stupid people.
I love Lilith. She's
Yes.
one of my favorite characters.
The Woodlands of Arnold campus offers skilled rehab, a beautiful assisted living community, and a secure memory care to keep your loved ones safe. Check us out at rspseniorliving.com. That's rspseniorliving.com.
Hey, this is Lisa Stofan. Heard the Mark Patrick weight loss hypnosis hype? Well, I attended because my father stopped smoking with hypnosis. Hypnosis eliminated my desire for soda and fast food, made me want to exercise, and I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. My energy level exploded. I went to another session to deal with some other problem foods, and I lost another 10 pounds. In fact, I brought my husband. He lost weight. More important, cholesterol and blood pressure improved. My friend went and she lost 20 pounds in the first 2 months. So does Mark Patrick hypnosis work? Oh yeah, it works. Nothing has changed my life more. Well, except maybe my husband. He's so proud of me, makes me cry.
Now that you've heard it, what are you waiting for? Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking. Guaranteed early bird specials $49.99. That's right, weight loss seminar, Saturday, October 18th at the Marriott St. Louis West in St. Louis at 11 a.m. Registration at 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Registration at 1:30 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I've been asked many times how Morgan & Morgan became the largest injury firm in the world. I think I know. When someone comes to us for an on-the-job injury, we have a huge workers' compensation practice. But many times we find a defective product that was responsible for that injury. Luckily for them, we have a product liability section headed by my son, Mike. In addition to the comp case, there is a product case too. Other times, the injured worker is fired or harassed for bringing that claim. We have them covered. Our employment lawyers handle retaliation claims as well as wage theft and discrimination cases, and in some cases need to file for Social Security benefits. No problem. We became big for a reason. 30% of our new cases come as referrals from former clients. Hiring us is easy. Go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer, or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by the Woodlands of Arnold Senior Living.
We are getting set to close out the month of September, and we're a little bit warm, but the humidity levels are low. Lots of sunshine, 88 today. Tonight, we cool off quickly with the setting sun. Clear skies, we drop into the 70s. 64 for the low. Tuesday, sunny and 88. Wednesday, sunny and 86. No change all week long. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgaier of Fire Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Fairwinds River's Edge is more than a place to live. It's a place to belong. Come see why we have been voted Best Independent Senior Living Community for 4 years in a row by U.S. News & World Report. We think you'll like it here, and the experts agree. Come see us for yourself. Call to schedule a tour with lunch or to RSVP for our senior prom on September 24th with live entertainment by the Backstreet Cruisers. Find us online at fairwindsriversedge.com.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
The countdown to kickoff starts here. Friday's focus on Mizzou, the Chiefs, and the NFL, only on KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Time to talk to Bernie Miklasz. Bern, how's your weekend?
It was good, man. I OD'd on college football Saturday as usual. And while Sunday was a little quieter, I still got all the football I can handle in the NFL and then some.
Good. Well, let's start with baseball as we transition into a new season. I don't know about you guys, but when on my phone and on my iPad, my two links to civilization, I had an open tab for the past 6 months of Cardinals schedule and score, and just deleting those kind of got a little emotional. I'm just like, well, crap, this is going to suck.
You know what? I still like their season, which I don't think it makes me a homer. It just makes me someone who loves baseball. There were some things about this team to like. And there's also some things about this team that was a little confusing, which is okay because it was a confusing season anyway with the way it was set up. But I don't know how to evaluate it. I mean, listen, they weren't that good. They had a chance. At the end of May, we were all excited, and I understand that. I was excited too. But since the start of June, the Cardinals had the 13th best record in the National League. They had their worst record in the NL Central. So Walker and, to a lesser extent, Gorman, but both of them were either flops or terribly disappointing. The starting pitching was never good, once you got past the first couple months. So I'm not sure, in other words, what I'm trying to say, the people that would be really nasty or critical about the 78 and 84 record, I'm not sure what they expected. I mean, when you don't have starting pitching, you have hardly any power. You can't steal bases. You don't have much team speed. You don't manufacture. I'm not sure what kind of record people thought was realistic. I think the Cardinals finished pretty much where they should have finished.
Yeah, they finished where almost every projection system had them.
Right.
All of them had them somewhere in the upper 70s in wins. And it's because of what you said, Bern, is there were too many, not enough players really overachieved or really took big steps. Like Alec Burleson got better, but it wasn't like a night and day difference. It was just he kept growing. He got better from the year before, and it's a good sign. And Mason Wynn, kind of the same, right? He continued to be a great defender, still figuring out the offensive side. Wasn't a big breakthrough by any means. And a lot of the guys you were hoping would break through either had more injury problems or just didn't do it.
And the only thing I will say about what could have been, and it has nothing to do with the Cardinals should have spent more money or they should have signed more free agents. No, they told us what the season was going to be about, so I don't know why we would expect them to all of a sudden spend money and make all these aggressive moves that would impact the future in a bad way. But if I think it was a long shot, granted, but if Walker and Gorman had come through, and I'm not talking about all-star level performances, I'm talking about just being, let's just say Nolan Gorman slugging 435, 440, hitting 20 some home runs. If Walker hit for average, chipped in 15, 16 home runs.
Yeah.
If both of them hadn't struck out as much as they did, I do wonder how many more games they would have won. And I do wonder whether they would have stayed into this. They even could have stolen that wild card. See, they needed a guy or two to carry them. And with all due respect to Burleson, like you just said, I mean, he's a really good hitter.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
For sure.
But, if he's the guy that's carrying you, and if Ivan Herrera, who got hurt too many times, if he's carrying you, but only part-time because he's injured, I'm not, you almost had to have really good, surprisingly good seasons from Walker and Gorman, even if the odds were against it. And those two guys didn't come close. Although Gorman for 3 months was really good near the end of May to the end of August. He was really good, but he relapsed terribly. And that was very disappointing.
In what way? Because I'm one of those guys. I like both of them. I root for them. I'm sure they're wonderful men. But if you gave me $10 and said, bet whether they're going to be solid everyday players in the future or not, I would say no. How much runway do they have left going into spring training and next year?
Well, I think Kevin Wheeler and I agree on this. Listen, I don't know what Chaim Bloom's thinking. I don't know whether in his mind he's written off both of them or one of them. I think it would be foolish to trade Walker unless somebody offers you something that really catches your attention, because Walker needs to play AAA baseball. He's got a chance, but he's got to do it at AAA, and he's got to show some hunger and determination and consistency with approach. He's got to prove that he's worthy of another extensive chance in the major leagues. I would give him that opportunity before I would trade him. I would take one more look, but it would have to be at AAA. With Gorman, this organization is so pathetically low on power. He has power, but he does not have the consistency to go with it. I'd be more inclined to take a chance on him. But I'm like you, DGS. I'm not in any way, shape, or form looking at this and saying, "Oh yeah, you just give these guys more time. They'll be terrific." I know I can't go there.
No, it'll be interesting because they're going to move some guys. I mean, Katie Woo, I think, said the other day on a podcast that 2 of 4 between Nootbaar, Donovan, Burleson, and Gorman would be traded, which makes sense because we've talked about it, Bern. Lot too many lefty bats for the same positions, and that's that group that we're talking about. And I think it seems the most logical path for Chaim Bloom to follow is forget how much you like each of those. Just evaluate the offers in return. What are you going to get the most for?
Well, that's right, 100%. Because it's easy for any of us to say, "Well, trade this guy, trade that guy." I've always said I've become kind of a nag about this because when I converse about trades and this and trades and that, I say, "Well, are you going to tell me who the Cardinals would get before I give you my opinion?" Because why would I say, "Oh yeah, trade him for what?" If it's a stupid deal, why would you want to trade him? If it's a great deal, why would you want to turn it down? Right. And this, to me, the same applies to Sonny Gray and Wilson Contreras and Nolan Arenado, but especially Contreras and Gray. I mean, Arenado's not going to have much trade value, and I think even he knows that. But I think Gray still has trade value, and I think more so than Contreras. But Contreras has got trade value, but I think Gray would be the guy because there are a lot of good teams that have there may be one really good or good starting pitcher guy like who's had a good career. One guy is capable of elevating the rotation. If Sonny Gray's more consistent, if they believe he'll be more consistent, I think there'd be quite a few teams be bidding on him if he waives his no trade clause, which I think it depends on which teams want him, right?
I would think, right? I mean, he seems to be prioritizing, at least when he came here, part of his winning, right? That's going to be at the top of the list, and then geography because he's a Nashville guy. I don't know how that's all going to play out, right? We need to see what the market looks like. But there have already been rumors about the Braves possibly having interest because a couple of their young guys are going to miss a lot of time with Tommy John, coming back from Tommy John, but they're close. They're not in a rebuild. They want to come back and be good. So, there are possibilities that could make sense. It won't be just like one choice or two choices, I would think.
I would say this because, we're all talking about, okay, who's going to be traded, or who should you trade this guy, or should you trade that guy? Will Leach and I did our Seeing Red podcast today, and he said this, and I agree with it 100%. He said, any guy you're talking about trading, unless you plan to sign him to a long-term contract, the fact that you're going deeper into a rebuild, if you don't circle a guy or that guy or this guy and say, no, we're giving him a long-term contract. If you're not going to give any of these guys younger guys a long-term contract, then you trade them. What's the point of keeping them?
It's a great question.
I mean, in other words, you got to go all the way with this.
Yeah.
There's really no reason to hold on to Brendan Donovan for 2 years when you're going to be in a pretty heavy rebuild and you're not going to be set up to win. What is the point of keeping him for 2 years only for him then to walk away? And you're not going to give him a long-term contract. He'll be 29 years old next season.
Yeah.
It isn't that I don't like it. We all love Brendan Donovan. That's really not the point, though, right?
No, it's about where you are. I mean, if this team was where it was 6 years ago, then you'd probably give him an extension.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm even we're all big Mason Wynn guys, but I used to think, well, maybe it's automatic. They'll give him a long-term extension and maybe it will happen. But then again, I wonder what if the Cardinals, and only they know what the medical reports say. I wonder if they have any hesitation because they're not quite sure about this knee problem that's been there now for 2 years off and on.
It's a fascinating question. And so today's we got the official transition started, right? Mo did his final press conference. I thought did a good job kind of wrapping up 30 years because it wasn't about this year. It was about just the whole time
of
there.
Course.
And then tomorrow at 10 a.m. and we'll be airing it here on KMOX. And then after it airs, we will have pretty much nonstop coverage of this transition until about 1 o'clock tomorrow, until we start DGS. So that'll include Bernie tomorrow on his normal Tuesday on the Gas House Gang, Ranji, Ackerman. I'll be in there too. Matt Pauly will be in there. Maybe grab Claves too. In that time, we have this long window where we're going to react to it. I think it's a big deal, and I'm really curious to hear Bernie. Just honestly, just the words that Bloom chooses. The way that he talks about it. I was joking earlier. We have a lot of history with Mo, all of us do, and that's why his mannerisms and kind of the words the crutch words that we all have. He has his own crutch words, and I'm really curious to hear about messaging because I think we all agree that messaging has been very mixed these last couple of years, right? Like walking the line, not committing to one thing or another. I'm really curious to see just what we find out tomorrow.
I'm not all that curious because I think I know what we're going to find out tomorrow. Oh, I'm curious to hear him speak.
Yeah.
But Bill DeWitt Jr. hired him to rebuild the team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've had one of their worst 3-season stretches in modern history, and they have no power hitting, and they don't have any major league ready starting pitching. The talent is very thin in most places. They need to rebuild. And nobody likes the word. I get it.
Yeah.
So, but he was hired to rebuild the team. He would otherwise Bill DeWitt would have hired someone else. But Bill DeWitt loves his ability, the track record with developing players, drafting players, making young players better by having a great setup in the player development system. And that's already happening. But he's going to rebuild the team. And I think he's going to tell everyone, I was hired to do this, and we're going to do this because I believe in it. I believe in, I believe that this is the right thing to do. What he's not going to do is gaslight people. He's not going to try to have it both ways. Well, we really need to rebuild, but hey, we're not ruling out, having a really good club next year. I don't think you'll get the gaslighting. And I think that's really important. And I've been talking to people around Bloom and they say, no, he's going to be really straightforward. People might get mad at him, but because they don't want to hear rebuild, but they will respect him for his honesty and his candor.
Yeah. Bert, tell us about Saliga before we let you go.
You got it, man. Thank you, Dave Glover, as always. Saliga Heating and Cooling been taking care of the Miklas family since, well, I'm going to just say 17 years now, and we were late because Dan Saliga is the fourth owner, operator of the family business, and the Saliga family continuously has been taking care of St. Louis family since 1927. So we came along late. However, we have found out what all those other families have learned before, all these generations of St. Louis families that have relied on Saliga Heating and Cooling. Saliga services all makes and models. They can handle your heating and cooling needs for home or business. They have a lot of other things they can do in your home, like improve the indoor air quality. If you want to install a ductless system or get your ducts clean, they can do that. They also have a priority club, which is a maintenance plan that's going to save you money by extending the life of your current equipment. The Miklases are in that club, and we have saved a lot of money by subscribing to that and having Saliga come out a couple times a year to make sure everything's working, everything's safe, everything's good to go for all 4 seasons. You'll also receive priority scheduling and having the comfort of knowing your home is safe and ready to go for all 4 seasons. And there's just one more thing to say about this. I wouldn't be talking about Saliga unless this stuff is 100% true. And I fully respect them for how they treat their customers. We have relied on Saliga for a long time. We know about their honesty, their knowledge, their professionalism, their prompt service, the classiness when they come into your home. There's no one better. And that's why I am happy to recommend Saliga Heating and Cooling. You can find out more by calling 314-481-7333, or you can get that number and find out all the info you need to by going to SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernie. Bernie Miklas's segment is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Dicon comfort dealer.
KMOX welcomes Trans-Siberian Orchestra and their monumental tour, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, to Enterprise Center December 23rd at 3 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. A portion of the proceeds benefits Siteman Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. And right now, Trans-Siberian Orchestra is offering their lowest ticket price in years, starting at $55, including fees, only for a limited time. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
So we have ambitions, we have plans, and I don't know, like me, they usually fall somewhere short. And turning certain ages, Rach and Andrew in their early 30s. Now it feels old to them, and it's not, but we all want to be as healthy as we can at every age. And we've never had a better opportunity. My dad, certainly my grandpa and grandma had very little opportunity. You were going to age the way that you were going to age. Well, now we have all sorts of things that can help. Now at the 101, at the very bottom rung, and I don't mean that bottom as in quality, but just like the 101 basics, is taking a multivitamin. We have Neovitin, which was created in St. Louis. Gosh, has to be 20 years now, something like that. I think it was when I met Dr. Rubicki and his very young son, Tommy, who is now running the place. It was created in St. Louis. It is manufactured in the U.S. under the most stringent guidelines. If you buy something from China, not just the crap on an entire country, but you don't know what's in it. You really don't know if the ingredients on the label are the ingredients inside the bottle. Here in the U.S., you do know that. It costs less than $1 a day. A portion of every bottle's proceeds is going to go to support cancer research in honor of Dr. Rubicki, who is my client and my friend. You can find it on the shelves at Deerberg's and at Schnucks and online at neobuyton.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey, this is Charlie Brennan along with Dr. Colleen Bosler and Dr. Adam Voss of the Audiology Center. When was the last time you really enjoyed a conversation without straining to hear?
Charlie, so many people think hearing aids just make things louder.
But that's old technology. Today's hearing aids do so much more.
Exactly. With the dual chip technology, our hearing aids actually separate the speech from the background noise.
Which means at a noisy restaurant, you'll hear your friends and family, not the clinking dishes.
And the best part, your brain doesn't have to work overtime trying to fill in the blanks.
So that keeps your mind sharp, your conversations easy, and your relationships stronger.
Because hearing well isn't just about sound, it's about staying connected.
Thanks, Doctor. Call the Audiology Center today to schedule your annual hearing evaluation. Don't miss another moment. Call 636-441-7470 or visit theaudiologycenterstl.com.
Welcome back, DGS. So I play golf now and then once a year. I don't watch golf ever. I just find it boring to watch golf. But on my TikTok, I kept getting all these stories about the Ryder Cup that the U.S. crowd, the gallery, was so incredibly over the top, rude and loud and vile. I have come to know that the Ryder Cup on both sides of the pond is more exciting, and there's more people shouting and cheering and jeering, but this one really went over the top and, you know, making all these allegations about Rory to his wife and throwing a beer on her. And what the hell, Wheels?
I don't know, man. What the hell about how anybody acts right now? Like, you're at a sporting event that is not, I mean, like, look, this isn't a wrestling event where that kind of atmosphere is just, and I'm not picking on wrestling, I'm just saying it's just kind of a wild atmosphere, right? That doesn't mean it would be okay to throw a beer on somebody. It doesn't mean it's okay to, you know, do the things that they were doing to Rory McIlroy's wife, saying, oh, your husband's cheating on you. Like, family is crossing the line. Like ragging on a player, heckling, as long as you're not, again, crossing certain language barriers that, you know, you're swearing and there's kids around and things like that. There are ways to be that way and to be a sports fan and have that kind of interaction. But know your venue. It's golf, right? It's not a college basketball game. It's not a college football game. It's not even a Major League Baseball game. It's a different vibe. Secondly, you don't ever cross those lines with family and heritage and any of that stuff. Why would that many, and it wasn't everybody, but it was enough to carry a lot of the audio that I heard. It's enough where it's bleeding through on the telecast. And I don't understand why anyone is just okay with that. I don't get, like, what did you think you were doing? Is this just because the US was losing and now you're just being a poor loser? Did you think this was going to help your team win? I really thought what Rory had to say was interesting. He's like, man, I thought the whole idea here was you come out and support your people. It's not about coming down and tearing down anybody else. But like, I don't know. There's a vibe that's going on around here that we don't have a handle on. Like everything, it's almost like the edgelord angry is just okay now, and we just accept it. I mean, if that's happening, why aren't people at the tournament? Why aren't people being thrown out of the tournament? Why aren't you being ejected for throwing? I mean, maybe I'm sure the person that threw a beer was, but I mean, maybe it's just that it's just so many people you can't eject them all. I don't know, but that's just I don't get it at all. I don't understand why that large number of people has to put up with whatever the percentage was that cannot keep this stuff in bounds.
Whoever's to blame, whatever's to blame, I don't know how every single person doesn't clock that we're going downhill in behavior, in societal norms, in the moral contract. We're just all losing our damn minds.
We've been told that lashing out at other people now is perfectly okay. And unfortunately, it's not just happening verbally.
Yeah.
It's happening with real life violent consequences too. And when we have an ecosystem that encourages it, this is what you get. You've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine, and you could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt, but you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market for a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Well, not with Truehold. With Truehold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. And listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. So that's Truehold's Sell and Stay program. You cash out your entire home's value and stay put. Truehold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. So imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt and stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. You get an all-cash offer now by calling 1-855-300-9993. You can also visit Truehold.com, the smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you can trust us to bring happiness home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Guys, let me say this just straight up. 213 Complex is the best all-natural weight loss supplement on the marketplace, period, the end. And, of course, you can pick it up at supplement superstores. You get a lot of great information there and other great products, too. But 213 Complex, at its core, simply makes our bodies function the way that they're supposed to, right? A lot of us, I think it's like 80% of people have a metabolism that operates below optimal level. 213 Complex gets that going the way that it should be. You're functioning at 100% on the metabolism, and that's how you start burning all of that stored body fat. And again, I can feel the difference. You know, the belt tightens a little easier. In fact, I have to tighten it because some pants start to slip a little bit. I notice these differences right away. My favorite part about 213 Complex is the help with the fight against cravings. I mean, it's easy to give in, but it's easier to fight it when you got some help. And 213 is like the good angel on my shoulder helping you do that. You come with all day focus energy, no crash at the end of the day. Lower cortisol levels can help you sleep and help reduce stress. I mean, really the best all-around product out there. So all I'm telling you to do is get out to Supplement Superstores. Tell them that Kevin Wheeler sent you in. They'll knock 30% off the 213 Complex, and find your location and get out there. Find your location at supplementsuperstores.com.
I'm Tom Ackerman with this month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, focusing on the Siteman Kids program at St. Louis Children's Hospital, and Dr. Mohammed Abdul-Baki.
I think we're definitely one of the top brain tumor programs in the whole country and in the world as well. We are the top program in Missouri that has trained pediatric neuro-oncologists.
Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, go to siteman.wustl.edu.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, it's a cloudy sky. Right now, 87 degrees downtown at the Arch.
CBS News special report. President Trump says Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has agreed to a ceasefire in Gaza, but not Hamas, although he's hopeful.
With the new transitional authority in Gaza, all parties will agree on a timeline for Israeli forces to withdraw in phases. They'll be withdrawing in phases. No more shooting, hopefully.
Trump says he'll head a peace board that will govern Gaza during that transitional period. Netanyahu says there will be strict limits on the makeup of that board.
Gaza will have a peaceful civilian administration that is run neither by Hamas nor by the Palestinian Authority.
A skeptical Trita Parsi of the Quincy Institute for Responsible Statecraft.
I have to say I have a hard time sharing the optimism. Absent any clear-cut commitment to a Palestinian state, I find this unlikely to lead anything, even if there is a short-term agreement that then collapses within weeks.
CBS News special report. I'm Christopher Cruz.
By State Development CEO Talby Roach is defending shifting the Green Line project from a light rail connecting North and South City to a bus line. But the 2017 tax increase to fund the light rail, will it have to go before voters again if the switch is made? Roach is unsure.
That is not my determination. Obviously, what I need to do is be sure that I'm advancing the project as far as the engineering and so on. That kind of decision is beyond my pay grade, so to speak. But we certainly are looking at all those aspects from a legal standpoint.
Roach says the new plans also involve improving the sidewalks, lighting, and more around the bus route. Cardinals outgoing president of baseball operations, John Mozeliak, had his final press conference today as he reflects on what's been accomplished under his watch.
Mozeliak has spent close to 30 years in the Cardinals organization and has been the club's president of baseball operations since the 2008 season. While most of the years were successful, his tenure ends with 3 straight years of missing the playoffs. Mozeliak, though, is proud of his accomplishments.
When you think about the 30 clubs you can work for, not all are the St. Louis Cardinals and have the history of the St. Louis Cardinals. So, I took a lot of pride in us being successful, took a lot of pride in us trying to be innovative and creative throughout the years. Were we 100% perfect? No. We made mistakes. We recognize that, but there is something to be said. If you're not making mistakes, you might not be trying.
The Cardinals will officially introduce new president of baseball operations Chaim Bloom Tuesday morning at Busch Stadium. Matt Pauley, KMOX Sports.
Marty Prather, the fan known to generations of sports fans as the Sign Man, has died at the age of 67. He was famous for the large, clever, red-lettered signs that he brought to St. Louis Cardinals games for decades. Prather was the first fan ever to be inducted into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame in 2003. Workers at the GM plant in Wentzville being temporarily laid off.
Plant leadership and UAW Local 2250 confirmed the shutdown for the GM plant that makes mid-sized trucks. Due to a parts shortage, certain employees are being told to file for Missouri unemployment benefits each week starting this Sunday for the first week of the layoff. They will be eligible for unemployment and also the supplemental unemployment benefits known as sub-pay. Production at GM Wentzville was disrupted before. Back in 2021, as semiconductors were scarce. Last year, a strike halted work. Current layoffs run through October 19th. Stuart McMillan, KMOX News.
That's from the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. Let's get you an update of the St. Louis Business Index right now. To Stifel we go, and Scott Bedell. Scott?
Thank you, Michael. Good afternoon, everyone. Following Friday's strong stock move to the upside, today's trading session continued the momentum by moving higher across the major indexes. At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 68 points, or just about 0.2% at 46,316. The Standard & Poor's 500 index higher by 0.25% at 6,661, while the NASDAQ Composite Index added 0.5% at 22,591. Looking at the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index, that had a challenging day, falling 0.5% at 1,607. Looking at some St. Louis winners and losers, on the upside, Ameren gained 1.4% at $103.55. Peabody Energy up 9.25% to $26.81. Stifel Financial up 0.25% at $114.92. On the downside, Boeing dropped 1.9% at $217.08, and Energizer lost just a little less than 4%. They closed at $24.89. For KMOX, this has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial. Stifel is a member of the New York Stock Exchange and SIPC. For more information on our firm, please visit our website at stifel.com.
We've got a stalled vehicle 170 going north at 270. That's on the right shoulder. Some debris. Watch out. 44 west at Vanavena. That's got the two right lanes closed. Another stall. 6440 going west at Research Park Circle. That's on the right shoulder.
We have a big old dome of high pressure sitting right over us. Yes, temperatures are a little warm for this time of year by almost 10 degrees. 10 degrees above average, but the humidity levels are low, so it's pretty easy to take. Lots of sunshine this afternoon. Let's get it up to about 88, warmest part of the day, 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Tonight, we cool off quickly with the setting sun. Clear skies will drop into the 70s quickly. 64 for the low. Tuesday, sunny and 88. 63 Tuesday night. Wednesday, plenty of sun and 86. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Sponsored by Sachs Financial. Right now, we've got a partly cloudy sky, 87 downtown. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Hey, it's Jeff Sachs at Sachs Financial. Did you know that you have a pension and there are ways to maximize how you take it? That's right. It's called Social Security. Find out more at retiresafestl.com/guide. That's retiresafestl.com/guide.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. A few minutes past 3 p.m. Our pal attorney, Brad Young, joins us. Hello, Brad.
Hey, Dave.
So before we get into the Supreme Court and Clarence Thomas, can I tell you about my traffic accident?
Oh, I'd love to hear this.
So quickly, because I told it at the beginning of the show, on Thursday evening, driving home on Highway 40, idling in stop-and-go traffic, a bumperless, license plate-less, it's now looking like insurance-less person hit me going about 50 miles an hour and did $15,000 of damage to my Jeep. They filed a claim against me with my insurance, which is hilarious. But I just spoke to her quote unquote insurance agent, and he said, look, we won't know for a week, but 95% chance she's not insured with us. I think she gave you and the cops a bogus insurance card.
Shocking.
Yeah.
This is a great teachable moment here. Yes. because I tell this to people all the time. The cheapest insurance you'll ever buy is what's called uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage and MedPay. It costs like dollars, not even tens or hundreds of dollars. It's like dollars on your insurance, and it protects you when somebody hits you like this and they don't have insurance. Then you can go out and get medical care. You don't have to worry about deductibles or co-pays or any of that stuff, and it covers your car repairs. And it's insurance that you buy for your own protection as opposed to liability coverage, which covers other people's protection.
You know what sucks, is that my premiums will go up, even though I did absolutely nothing wrong and had under and uninsured coverage.
Yeah, that's true. Your premiums will go up, not a whole lot because you aren't at fault. So in that computer matrix that Keanu Reeves has designed for insurance companies, it's not going to go up a lot, but it will go up.
I feel like if you have an accident and you're driving around uninsured, you should do some jail time.
Well, yeah, because you have literally violated the law, and the person that hit you, if you've got, if it's real information, not bogus, that should be reported. I don't know if the cops showed up to your accident or not.
Yeah,
but if it turned, they did good. So they had to get the actual info, and if it turns out this person did not have insurance, I think you should follow up with the police department.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I mean, I'm just so pissed. It's just like,
Yeah, sure.
It's that feeling you have when you are a solid citizen who pays their taxes and dots the I's and crosses the T's and makes sure everyone's this and everyone's that. And then just this renegade out there driving around with absolutely zero coverage, running into the back of people 50 miles an hour.
That's why insurance companies sell some of these $20,000 policies, which are really a joke anyway, but they sell these $20,000 policies and they sell them on a month-to-month basis. Meaning what always happens is that the deadbeats pay for the insurance for 1 month, long enough just to go get their driver's license renewed or their plates renewed. And then once they do that, they just cancel the insurance.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yep.
So on the Supreme Court watch, I read an article. Well, I read the headline because you read the articles, so I don't have to. But it said that Justice Clarence Thomas, who's always a bit of a wild card, said something to the effect that precedent was not gospel when it comes to the upcoming cases, including gay marriage.
Well, he's technically correct. And let me kind of give you a quick overview as to what that means. There is no such thing, and that's what always frustrated me whenever they'd have these hearings where during the hearings for the Supreme Court, Congress would say, do you agree this is a super precedent or something? And they tried to put adjectives on it, like Roe versus Wade, that it can't be overturned. And there is no Supreme Court case that cannot be overturned, reversed, revised, edited, whatever you want to say. And the greatest example of this is way back in the late 1800s, Plessy versus Ferguson was a case that said it's constitutional essentially to have separate but equal, which really was a legal discrimination against blacks to say separate but equal, because it was always separate, but it was never equal. And so it took like 50 years later until the early 1950s that the Supreme Court issued Brown versus Board of Education, which said, no, that's just legalized discrimination. You can't do that. And so there's always been a mechanism to reverse prior Supreme Court cases. Roe versus Wade is one of the greatest examples. If you ask legal scholars, even liberal ones, Roe versus Wade was a terrible decision. It wasn't based on anything. It was completely created out of whole cloth without any really foundation legally or constitutionally. And so the court later said that's bad law. So yes, Thomas is correct. You can, but there is there's an unwritten rule that says you shouldn't do it within a few years of the case being decided. It takes an effort of time to realize that, yeah, we screwed that one up. We shouldn't have decided it that way. And the gay marriage case was only decided like 10 years ago now. So that I think would be a little short in time.
So I don't expect you to give me a chapter and verse, but remind us, as my understanding was talking about privacy rights are different with abortion and gay marriage and so forth and so on.
Yeah, under abortion and even the gay rights was a separate issue. The abortion issue came from a mental gymnastics extrapolation of the Fourth Amendment saying that you are secure in your homes. If you're secure in your home, then you're secure in your family, and you're secure in your body. So therefore, you cannot prohibit an abortion. I mean, that's a big leap. When it comes to the gay marriage issue, though, that's really under the equal protection laws, because equal protection clause of the 14th Amendment, because under that, all people are entitled to the same application of the laws. And if the laws allow a man and a woman to get married, then it should also allow a man and a man or a woman and a woman to get married. Otherwise, you're violating the Equal Protection Clause. That's the basis of the gay marriage ruling.
Do you see chinks in it? Places where you could wedge something in and get it overturned legally?
Boy, I don't, and I'll tell you why. There's also in the Constitution something called the Full Faith and Credit Clause. And what that says is if one state allows marriage, then all states have to recognize that. So, for example, if the Supreme Court would overturn the gay marriage case and say that states can make their own decisions, then if Massachusetts, or even let's use Illinois since it's next door, if Illinois said, yeah, we recognize gay marriage, then you could go to Illinois, get married, come to Missouri, and constitutionally, Missouri would be required to honor that recognition under Illinois law under the Full Faith and Credit Clause. So either way you go about it, I think it's very difficult to overturn that case.
Questions, anybody? Comments?
I mean, it's just so interesting to hear that, these cases don't have, they're not like permanent. And it makes you wonder. I mean, I guess the answer to this, Brad, would be the Constitution itself. But like, what can we base American values on if we can't look at these prior cases and say like, okay, well, this is settled? I guess we just have to keep going back to that original text.
Right. And the idea is that let's say, for example, Rachel, if we took the opposite, take this hypothetical and said every Supreme Court case once decided is fixed in stone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then at this point, we would have legalized discrimination because Plessy versus Ferguson said it was okay to discriminate against blacks on separate but equal. And so there has to be a mechanism where precedent is recognized as being authoritative, but not permanent, and can never be touched. And that's really the kind of gray area that we're in. So when Justice Thomas says it's not gospel, I think what he's saying is that we can go back and revisit these things because they're not necessarily set in stone, but they are authoritative.
That's why it's so valuable to talk to Brad, because if you do just read the headline, it's like, that Clarence Thomas, there he goes again. And it's like, well, it turns out he's making a pretty decent point there.
It's just, I'm just fascinating to me about, though, like, you're making the changes, but in one case using discrimination of somebody based on race or religion or whatever, like you can see clearly somebody's being harmed, right? Like if we're discriminating against a group of people, you're discriminating against black people, you're discriminating against a certain religious group. That group can be harmed. What cause or standing is there to change something like gay marriage that has nothing to do with anybody who isn't gay and married?
That's a great point. And where that would come up, I think, would be if, for example, what would happen if hypothetically 3 people said, we want to get married? 3 men say, we want to get married. Right now, marriage is between 2 people. So if 3 people say they want to get married, then you open up this entire Pandora's box as to what legally does marriage mean, and is it limited? I can even foresee in the future someone saying, I want to marry an AI chatbot. Okay, we've fallen in love. We love each other. I want to marry this AI chatbot. At what point? Every point in time, that's going to have to come up because the state of whatever is going to say, hey, pal, you can't marry your computer. Okay, you can't do that. And then when it goes up to the courts, it's going to cause that reevaluation. So there could be a situation where there is a harm that's being complained of to the court. But one more thing, though, on that, Wheels, is that also every time there's a harm, every time someone is harmed, the law doesn't guarantee a remedy. I mean, there are lots of times where people are harmed and you're not necessarily promised or guaranteed to have a remedy from that harm. It's only if that remedy is legally allowed under the legal system. There's no common law right to say, you've hurt me, I get damages for that. It has to be grounded in the legal system.
All right, buddy. We appreciate it. Thank you, Brad.
Hey, my pleasure.
All right, quick break, right back. DGS.
Hi, Debbie Monterey here with Gloria Liu, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. We've worked together for more than 5 years, and I've learned a lot about you and your business. Today, I actually found out a few things I didn't know, like your home sales stats. Compared to the average agent who sells less than 4 to 6 homes a year, you actually sell a home just about every other day. And even more impressive, your business has been built on giving back to our local community, including supporting St. Louis Children's Hospital.
Thank you. Every business should have a Go Serve Big initiative. When someone makes a referral, they're helping our communities, including St. Louis Children's Hospital, which is very special to me and my family because they helped me when I had my son many years ago. Today, sellers want to sell with certainty in this uncertain market. My upfront written guarantees are my secret to selling your home fast and for top dollar.
Friends, the secret is out. Call Gloria now at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Every week on the Moth Podcast, we share stories that are funny, strange, heartbreaking, and above all, true.
I myself have been married for 56 years. Unfortunately, to 4 different women.
It turns out the people I was looking for all my life is what you people would call nerds.
Follow and listen to The Moth on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Get ready, cause here they come.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's Beatlemania all over again with the Fab Four, the ultimate tribute to the Beatles. Entertainment Tonight says seeing the Fab Four is just like seeing the Beatles.
Hey Jude.
The Fab Four takes you through the 60s with the music that changed our lives.
Yesterday.
It's a show you won't want to miss.
Saturday, October 4th at the Family Arena. Tickets on sale now at the Carroll House box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster.
Herman's Hermits, starring Peter Noon.
Something tells me I'm into something good.
And The Lovin' Spoonful.
Do you believe in magic?
Saturday, October 25th at the Family Arena with the Hollies' greatest hits, starring Terry Sylvester. Get tickets now at the Carroll House Furniture box office, located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. Herman's Hermits, starring Peter Noon and The Lovin' Spoonful.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. That's right, weight loss seminar at the Marriott St. Louis West in St. Louis at 11 a.m. Registration 10:30 a.m. Stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Registration 1:30 p.m.
News, talk, cars. 104.1 FM KMOX.
.323 DGS, Dave Murray coming up at the bottom of the hour. You'll get to tell his story about falling and how he's doing.
Man.
Rough week for the DGS.
I know. What the heck?
I don't know. Look out, you guys.
Rough weekend for the Daves.
Yeah. Yeah. Rach, you want to talk about the Saudi Comedy Fest, which is already just kind of a weird sentence?
Yeah. I have this pulled up right here. So, yeah, there's going to be a Saudi government-backed comedy festival, and several top comedians like Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K., Bill Burr, Pete Davidson, who lost his father on 9/11 will all be performing at this comedy festival. They're all being paid huge paychecks, reportedly, sometimes more than $1 million to do a set. I guess my question for you guys is, if you were staring down the $1 million offer from the Saudis for an hour of work, what do you think you would do?
All I can say is I would like to think I would say no. I've never been offered that much money to do anything. Quite a few of those names, I don't know them personally, but I know of them and respect them. I'm really curious to see what Bill Burr has to say.
Yeah, that one surprised me.
Me too. Yeah.
Because he's like I don't make excuses for anybody kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Bill, if I'm sitting here today, $1 million changes everything, I'd probably take it. If I'm Bill Burr and I'm worth $20-25 million and I have a super successful career and I'm in movies and I can do stand-up specials left and right, I would love to think I'd turn it down. Same thing I said about the Live Golf Tour. Like, if you're somebody that hasn't made any money and you're throwing a bunch of guaranteed money, I totally get it, right? You're trying to secure your future. But if you're Phil Mickelson, you're never going to be broke. You're rich forever based on what you've already done. Why would you take the money?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird thing to say that there's a sliding scale, but I think there is.
There's one comedian I see on TikTok all the time. I apologize, I don't know his first name. I believe his last name is Patel. Very funny, crowd work kind of guy. And he said yes and then said no. And then he did a TikTok on why. And it was basically that. Like, I got dollar signs in my eyes, but the more I thought about it, he said, I'm going to have to do 40 gigs, 40 extra gigs I wasn't planning to make up that money. But good for him.
That's an interesting way to put it. Like, you're not losing the money by turning it down. That you didn't have to then go write $1 million check.
Yeah.
You know, like, so to be like, now I got to do 40. Okay. I get the point you're making, but I don't think it's just an interesting way to put it to me.
Yeah, no, that is a strange way to put it. Again, since you're not having to pay them, $2 million if you don't, you know what I mean?
The Pete Davidson thing is the Pete Davidson surprised me the most. Not because I look at him as like some moral person who would never do such a thing, but it's like, you got kind of as direct of a connection to not wanting to do something like this as a person can have.
This is not his first time doing it, though.
Really?
Yeah. This is not like the first annual Riyadh Comedy Festival. There have been other ones in the past, and he has done them before.
Wow.
Which was equally as totally baffling. And again, it's like I saw a TikTok of Dave just the other day, like yesterday, I guess, of Dave Chappelle he's in Saudi Arabia now for this. And he was like putting his hands in some white powder and then holding them up. It was very strange. People were taking pictures of him while he was doing it. It was, I guess, some sort of a, ceremony or a thing they do there. He was like completely stone faced, and it's like, yeah, man, sold your soul.
Yeah, and
sold your soul a long time ago, buddy.
How many of these guys are, I'm the free speech comedian. You're never going to tell me what to do or say.
Yeah,
and
good
I
luck
can
doing
get
that
away
there.
joking with anything because I don't care. I'm the coolest. Oh, wait, $1 million? Okay, you can tell me what to
How
say.
much you want to bet not one joke will be made at the expense of the Saudi
I was going to say,
family?
I would love to see the extremely long list of things they were told they are absolutely not to bring up under any circumstances.
Let me tell you guys about Susan O'Ward. She was just in on the show hour and a half or so ago. I have known Susan now for 30 years. She's been doing this for 34 years, and I thanked her publicly for being so nice to me when I was a baby attorney pretending I knew how to do divorce work. She's done the same thing for 34 years in the same basic metropolitan community. So she knows every divorce lawyer. She knows every divorce judge. She knows their proclivities. She knows whether they are apt to order maintenance or not, or child support or not, or if they think that someone having a drinking problem is a big deal or a porn addiction is a big deal. She has the information. She is very fair with her billing. You've heard her talk about, like, she's always trying to save people money. Don't fight over this. This is not worth it. She tries to keep you between the rails. She doesn't blow sunshine up your skirt. She's going to tell you the truth all the way around. So whether you have an amicable, hopefully non-contested divorce, or it's something that's going to be very, very difficult or maybe expensive, interview her. Give her a call, 314-783-9400 or stlfamilylaw.com.
St. Louis, meet your new favorite way to start the day. The Chris and Amy Show. It's not the same old talk. It's fresh, it's different, and it's local. Chris and Amy dig into the news that matters, but they also keep it light, keep it fun, and keep you smiling. Serious when it needs to be, silly when it can be. That's pure entertainment with a local heartbeat. The Chris and Amy Show. Weekdays at 9 on the Voice of St. Louis. 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Thank you, Missouri, for making Genesis of St. Charles your #1 and most trusted Genesis dealer for 2025. The all-out sellout has arrived. Genesis of St. Charles is out to break all sales records. This month only, receive a $500 gift card with any new vehicle purchase. Want to trade? We're offering more than ever before. These offers absolutely end September 30th. Visit genesisofstcharles.com today. Based on GMA sales records for 2024, one gift card per purchase, prior sales excluded.
Traffic from the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Generally not a bad start to your Monday afternoon rush. If you're headed westbound on Highway 64, a little off the pace passing Hampton, a little heavy into the roadwork zone, southbound on Highway 55 at about Bates. South there, great run through the construction, making your way down towards 270. A little more volume southbound on Highway 270 as well between the Clayton Road overpass and Manchester. And Lindbergh is shut down. Highway 67 Lindbergh is shut down at Graboy due to an accident this hour. I'm Frank Ladd on the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Your garage door is the largest piece of moving equipment in your home. When it needs help, call the experts at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Their certified technicians repair all brands of doors and openers, and you can even schedule evening and weekend service. Just call 314-781-5200 and always look for the red ribbon. It's your assurance you've got the genuine, the original Overhead Door, the most trusted garage door company in St. Louis since 1926. For same-day service, schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com. 314-781-5200.
Celebrate the month of September with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. Take $75 off your air duct cleaning as well. Book online at ZeroResSTL.com and take advantage of these huge savings. Spell it forward, spell it backwards, always spells the same. Zero Res.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-284-1238. 800-284-1238. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. 800-284-1238.
When we started Neoviten back in 2009, we wanted to create a multivitamin that we would take ourselves. That's why we use quality ingredients in our Neoviten Original Formula multivitamin. With over 20 vitamins and minerals, along with our physician-formulated proprietary blend, you can be sure you are getting the highest quality daily nutritional support. Give Neoviten Original Formula Multivitamin a try for yourself. Find it at your local Schnucks, Dierbergs, and online at neoviten.com.
Thursday night, the NFL is on KMOX. The Rams, the 49ers.
Siteman Cancer Center game time, 6:30. Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer.
The Rams, the 49ers on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Chesterfield Fence and Deck. Chesterfield Fence and Deck is your premier provider of fences, decks, patios, sunrooms, and more. Call them for a free estimate today, now offering 48 months interest-free financing on your next outdoor project. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, chesterfieldfence.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Every day at 3:34, 3:35, we welcome Dave Murray back to the show as we've done for 25 years. Hello, Dave.
Hello there. Well, since the last time we talked live, you've had an interesting day. I've had an interesting day.
It's been-
And welcome back, Rachel.
Thanks, Dave. It's good to be back.
Get some sanity back to this show.
It was a rough week for the Daves.
Yeah.
So
Are you okay? Are you okay? I missed any discussion other than I saw
I'm
the
okay. Like the lady who rear-ended me hit me hard enough that it like jacked me up, just like sore from working out.
Yeah.
But not like, I don't think anything's broken or strained or anything like that. I'm feeling fine now. Just found out that there's a 95% chance that she didn't have insurance.
Of course.
Of course. Well, she didn't have any bumpers or license plates, and she got arrested
man.
for having 5 warrants. But yeah, I was just texting with Maureen, like I'm having trouble dealing with this emotionally. Like I'm just pissed. Like, how dare you? It's like, God, why am I doing all this stuff?
Yeah, our society is run by some rules and some laws. And you know what? If you're driving a car, you should have license plates, first of all, and you should have insurance.
Yeah.
So I know people prove they have insurance when they register the car and then they drop it the next moment.
So tell us about your spill.
Oh, I have an AC joint tear in my right shoulder. Yeah, my right shoulder, and it was like a lot of things like this. It was dumb at the time. It didn't seem dumb, but it was about 8:30 at night. I'm playing ball with Snowflake out on the street, and we live on a little bit of an incline. And what she likes to do is I throw the ball, and she chases it, and then she goes up about 100 feet or so, and then drops it. So it rolls down the hill. And I field it, I pick it up, and I throw it again.
That's a fun game.
And yeah, it is. She loves it. It's good exercise for her because she does run quite a bit in the process. And it was about the 5th time, and she dropped the ball. And it's just not like a baseball or a tennis ball. It's one of these weird. It lights up and it kind of bounces weird at times.
Yeah.
So I go down to field the ball like a good shortstop. And it takes a little jag on me, and I kind of do a twirl to grab that ball, and then I realized I'm going over.
Oh no!
And I tried to save myself, and then as I'm going over, I thought, "Don't land on your head. Whatever you do, don't land on your head." So I landed on my shoulder. I did not break anything. It hurts like hell, though.
Yeah.
And I did catch the ball.
Hey! Made the play.
I made the play.
If you hadn't said that, I was going to ask you.
But I told Snowflake, I said, next time, which there may not be a next time we're playing this game, but if it does the same thing, it's going down the street and it's your responsibility. You need to run and go get it.
So Dave, for both of us, my auto accident and your fall, time dilates. Walk me through your thoughts as you were falling and right after, like how bad it was.
I fell, and you know what? When I did it, I mean, it hurt. My shoulder really hurt. I've got a big bruise on this hand. I've got little raspberries all over the place. And when I got up, and I got up quickly, and it was like, okay, that hurts. That hurts a lot. And Janice was outside, and I said, okay, come see what I did to myself, because I'm not quite sure what I did to myself. And within like 30 seconds, it's this part of the shoulder, up the upper part, swelled up to about the size of a softball.
Damn.
And I thought, I hate going to emergency rooms. Janice goes, well, should we go to the emergency room? And I thought, I don't think I broke anything. I didn't hear anything break. And after about 15 minutes, as the pain got worse and worse, I said, we're going to the emergency. I have to find out, did I break my collarbone? Did I break something? And the good news is I didn't. And so that's my line. I'm old. I'm not that old because I didn't break a bone.
There you go.
What's the treatment? Just rest?
The and I'm on about the fourth day now, basically rest. But the orthopedic guy did not want it in a sling. I have a sling. Don't do that. Keep it moving, and don't if you do a move to a certain level and it starts to hurt, don't do any more.
Okay.
Bring it back down. And a lot of rest on it, and like some kind of. It's not Advil because they didn't want me taking Advil for that long period of time. Something like that. They gave me some hardcore stuff that did absolutely nothing. So that's on the back burner. So I'm not taking that anymore.
Yeah.
And but I've never, I haven't had a lot of accidents in my life, but when I've had Oxy or Percocet or something like that, it never does anything to me.
That's interesting.
I want it to. I really do want it to. But
He's like, please make me feel
do
good.
something.
Yeah.
Did it freak out Snowflake?
She thought she had done something really wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Poor kid.
And she did. And she did.
Well,
and she was punished thusly, I'm sure.
No. But it was, last night she came, and she does this every once in a while when she gets kind of the whim-whams. And she brought a ball to me, and it's like, can we do this again? And I went, no, we're not doing that again.
I heard too much.
First of all, I can't even throw it. I mean, I can do an underhand.
So you got to learn to throw lefty.
Yeah. I'm learning to do a lot of things lefty.
I bet sleeping's tough.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Luckily, we have one of these beds that go up and down. And so I can put it up and I can fall asleep that way because I can't roll to my right.
No.
You know what? I'd be through the ceiling. And I'm now at the point where I can go a little bit to the left, but not a heck of a lot. And so I'm okay. I'm okay sleeping at this stage of the game.
Well, that's good. That's
and
a big deal, actually.
PT, I see the ortho guy again in about a week or so.
Yeah.
And that will probably start physical therapy at that point. Got a question here. How old am I?
Yeah, that's from Jason on the chat.
Yeah, I will be 72 in November.
I thought he was quizzing
November
us.
11th.
too. Let's go. Rockin' November.
November 11th.
You thought what, Andrew?
I thought he was quizzing us for a second. I didn't see the chat.
Andrew's going
Just
out.
like,
No.
Well, how old am I? And I was like, oh,
I don't know.
changing topics.
You got to go to the question, right? Do I want to go straight for to make him take offense, or do I want to really undershoot?
Oh yeah, that's a horrible. Especially if a woman asks,
Guess
me,
how old
well,
I am.
How old do you think I am?
You're 25.
Yeah, that's right.
I always know because Dave was the same age as my brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And now he's my big brother.
There you go.
Yeah, you feel, Dave, you said like you felt a little dumb when you were falling. My first thought, even before, like when I saw that she was going to hit me, even before I thought this is going to suck, I had stayed after work half an hour to talk to my boss, just shooting the crap. And I thought, if you hadn't stayed after work, if you'd have just left when you're supposed to.
You blame it on him.
Yeah. But then again, you play that out like it could have been worse or something else.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get a little forecast in.
Okay. No change at all. We're stuck. The weather patterns are really stuck from coast to coast. And kind of like we were stuck last week with unsettled weather, we're stuck with this high pressure system now all week long. Low humidity. That's the good deal. The Gulf of Mexico is not being tapped. So, yes, we are warm in the afternoon, probably a good 10, 12 degrees above average. We're 88 on Tuesday, 86 on Wednesday, 88 Thursday and Friday. That will continue through the weekend. But you know what? The mornings are great. The evenings, once the sun goes down, temperatures cool very quickly. They're great. And even an 88, which is going to happen between 2 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon each day, it's still okay. It's still relatively comfortable. We have 2 hurricanes. Well, we have Umberto. That's staying out. Maybe a problem for Bermuda. We have Melda. That is not, it's not a hurricane yet, but it will turn into one. It's kind of in the Bahamas right now. That thing is going to drift to the north. It will try to take a turn to going out to sea, which I think it will do. There's going to be tremendous surf and rain along the mid-Atlantic coast. But I think the thing could get stuck out there and then start to drift back towards the East Coast. That could take quite a while. The pattern is so stuck right now. These things could do whatever they want to do.
All right.
So if you go to the Mid-Atlantic coast, you're going to be wet.
So Evolution Festival had great weather. That's great.
Oh man, awesome weather. After the first year we had thunderstorms, especially the first day. The second year we had a tropical system come up. The festival, it didn't rain during the festival last year, but we had like 6 inches of rain on the field. It was a bit of a mud fest. The weather was okay for the festival. This weather was fantastic.
Good deal.
Just fantastic.
All right, buddy. Hope you feel better.
You too. It's just a pride thing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Looking at a new crash now, it's Highway 70 westbound at West Florissant. Only the left lane is squeezing by this one. It's right as you come around the bend from Cary. So you've got a little bit of a backup approaching that scene there. That's Highway 70 westbound at West Florissant, headed out of the city. Headed out of the county, I should say, headed towards Highway 270. You've got delays in both directions on Gravois as well as on Lindbergh. The southbound lanes of Lindbergh at Gravois are reportedly closed due to a crash, but you've got delays in all 4 directions there. So use some caution, give them a little bit of room, as all the lanes southbound on Lindbergh are reportedly closed at Gravois. Out of the city, you got a heavy pocket at Hampton, westbound on 64, southbound on 55, a heavy pocket ramping into the Roadbrook zone there. Southbound on Highway 270, your normal slow and go between Olive and Manchester Road south. But they're a great run all the way down to 55 out west. Not seeing any delays now westbound Highway 70, headed out towards Wentzville and the Lake St. Louis area. And we're sponsored by the Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company. Are you considering life insurance? Penn Mutual's accelerated client experience makes applying for life insurance fast and easy. Ask your independent advisor or go to pennmutual.com/STL. I'm Frank Ladd in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
St. Louis. This is Carl Tucker from North St. Louis. A few years ago, my son was involved in a neighborhood conflict that ended in gun violence. We reached out to the Urban League Gun Violence and De-Escalation Network, and they stepped in immediately. They contacted the other side and helped de-escalate the situation before it could get out of control. Call the Urban League Gun Violence De-Escalation Team today at 314-250-5900. Your call could save a life.
If you're trying to sell your home, there's only one group of agents in town I trust, Mark and Neil Gelman of eXp Realty. My friends Mark and Neil have the best system, options, and strategies to connect you to the best qualified buyers, getting your home sold fast and for top dollar. Check out thegelmanteam.com.
I will say that you can go into any of the 3 Michael's Flooring locations. Let them know you're from the show, not just because it is good for me. It is good for me. It's always good for me when you guys tell Pasta House or Skip Weber or anyone like, oh, I heard about you in the DGS. But what it's going to do is put them into a different mindset. They're not screwing over people who don't come from the DGS. But Mike has told them in no uncertain terms, don't ever let someone from the DGS leave without making sure you have turned over every stone, every possible way of saving them money, of giving them what they want for the very best price. So you can feel very, very confident. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to make an ask like, hey, could I get this for this much? Could you throw in this or that? Wall-to-wall carpeting, area rugs, which we can loom ourselves. I don't say that nearly enough. Hardwood flooring, ceramic tile, the linoleum, anything at all. We're going to have it brand new in the box for less money with better customer service. MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Do you hear that?
Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Jason says, would love to hear Dave's assessment on the wild card tomorrow. I don't know where I want my assessment. We got Wheeler sitting here. So.
Well, I mean, first of all, I know I did this little rant for you. I'll do it quickly here, but Major League Baseball just has to stop with this mistake that they make every year in the playoffs and putting games in the afternoon. I understand what they want. What they want is the big national TV rating number for when the Dodgers are on or when the Yankees are on. So they don't want games on opposite each other. They don't want 4 games at once or 2 games at one time and 2 games at another time. They don't want to split their audience. But you're literally hosing every fan that's in the afternoon cities. So every fan in Cleveland, Detroit, San Diego, Chicago, they're all going to be playing nothing but day games. So all those people that want to watch their team play in the playoffs while they're at work are just screwed because Major League Baseball needs to go for the big rating number because they're trying to get that rating number to look great. You know, it's all for show and it's probably some to sell to the networks down the road. But you're taking 4 fan bases, 4 cities who have followed their team. So the Cubs and the Padres play tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time. That's noon on the West Coast. Padres fans are going to miss this. I don't understand why you're going to take these fan bases that have rooted for teams all year. They get attached. They have this. And then now they're just completely shut out. And, well, we got to have the Yankees and the Dodgers. How about you put the Yankees on in the afternoon for a change? But everybody in flyover country.
Pretty naked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they do it every year, and it's always going to be Yankees and Dodgers, and the Dodgers at least have the cover of being on the West Coast. So you don't want to be playing them at, noon Eastern or whatever. I get some of it, but move it around a little bit or just play them all at night. So fans, I mean, are you about the fans or not? Because if you're about the fans, let them all have their playoff primetime team to watch as opposed to not getting to watch it and then maybe watching the later game because you're invested in the playoffs. That aside, it's a fascinating wild card round, man. It is really like Reds-Dodgers is really interesting. The Reds barely squeaked in. By the way, Mets missed the playoffs.
How about that?
$340 million payroll. And that goes to what Bernie says all the time, what Matt Pauley and I say all the time, what Tom Ack. The payroll is not the concern. It's not about how much money you spend. It's about how well you put together your team, and the Mets just didn't have the pitching to do it, so they missed the playoffs with a $340 million payroll. But Reds-Dodgers is incredibly interesting, right? I mean, the Dodgers have a bullpen and they're another team. They were disappointing this year. They're the 3rd best division winner in the National League with the highest payroll in the sport. And they have a bullpen that's a major question going into the playoffs. The Reds aren't loaded, but the Reds have some pitching, some starting pitching. Like Hunter Green's a legit dude. And I wouldn't be shocked if the Reds made that interesting. The Dodgers are better, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Reds made it a little interesting. Padres-Cubs is going to be fun. That's a good series.
Would you like to see the Reds win?
I would. I would love to see that happen for the same reason I'm happy the Mets missed the playoffs. And it's not because I care about those teams. I don't hate the Dodgers. I don't hate the Mets. But I do kind of hate the whole arrogance of we're smarter because we can spend more. Like, you're not smarter. You're just doing what rich people can do. You can buy more stuff.
Those guys have a bad lisp.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know why I go right into what's his name's character in the Blades of Glory. I have no idea why I do that. But every time I'm talking about somebody I don't like, that's what I do. But Padres Cubs is a fascinating series. Flip the coin there. The Cubs were the better team in the regular season, but the Padres are close. And the Padres, if you're behind the Padres after 4 innings, you're done. They have by far the best playoff bullpen. They can go 5 innings and have it covered. Tigers, Guardians just got done playing each other, and that's a whole thing because Tigers blew a big lead. The Guardians are one that took it from him. And then Red Sox, Yankees. It's a great round.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thinking about a bath remodel or swapping out that old tub for a sleek, easy-to-clean shower? Hey, it's Trish Gazelle from Michael's Bath with one question. What's there to think about? Michael's beats the competition by 30 to 50%, uses top-quality materials, and backs it all with over 30 years experience. And now they'll throw in a free shower door or $500 off. Schedule a free in-home consultation, 636-775-0800 or michaelsbass.com. Michael's Bass, what's there to think about?
So we all have busy lives and often go through times where things are even more busy, even more hectic. And then you're faced with the question, what's for dinner tonight? That can be kind of overwhelming sometimes. Sometimes you just don't want to have to worry about it. That's why Schnucks created their new bistro case. It's in the deli and it's full of unique restaurant inspired dishes. So this is if you're tired of getting takeout, you're sick of your usual weekly meal rotation. You don't want to have to think about dinner. You don't want to have to figure it out. You can go to this bistro case and get something delicious for you or your entire family. They have entrees like blackened salmon, barbecue pulled pork, garlic grilled chicken, plus side dishes like Mediterranean green beans, sesame noodle salad, loaded twice baked potatoes. I'm just listing a few of the things that they're offering. You could even make it a meal, but you could do like a pick 3 plate. That starts at just $9.99. So that's even more affordable than doing takeout. So if you want to make dinner easier on yourself and you want something that's going to be, great quality, stop by the bistro case in the Schnucks Deli department and ask a teammate for a sample today.
I'm Tom Ackerman with this month's Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, focusing on the Siteman Kids program at St. Louis Children's Hospital and Dr. Mohammed Abdul-Baki.
We have a large global program that people do not know about, thinking this is St. Louis and in the center of the country, and we get consulted on a large number of international consults.
Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, go to siteman.wustl.edu.
You've got a